can't believe I'm regretting not watching more isekai anime. How the heck do I get back to the real world?
Searching through the light for a sun that never shines. You wander through the night, twisted turning in the dark. Doors locked from without, too strong to open. Still heart, the words cut deep. Hateful, they spew forth. The words slice again. Hateful, they spew forth. Come within the confines, dark, twisted mind, my cage. How can you yourself escape? Run away from jail that you made. The rope tearing the chain, you bound yourself in place. The words cut deep, hateful, they spew forth. The words slice again, hateful, they spew forth. The words like venom, poison. Oh, deep inside your saddened soul, deep inside each twist and turn, and bitterness still broken. Hateful bind, lock you in place. You can free yourself, just the words cut deep, hateful, they spew forth. The words slice again, hateful, they spew forth. The words cut deep, hateful, they spew forth. The words slice again, hateful, they spew forth.
Can you remember your mother's name or what she looks like? Or how about where you were born? Don't you have any happy childhood memories? Do you even know who you are?
Welcome to the Monkey Show, everyone. Thank you for joining us. All of you guys everywhere watching us on Twitch, watching us on X, watching us here on YouTube. do us a favor, give us a subscribe, click that button, do us, smash that like button, as they say, help the algorithm. We're small, but we're growing. Welcome to my artist from Argentina, Luis Andrade, my artist from Brazil, Tomas Rotier. Did I get the place names right? Because I always confuse which one's which, man.
I think you switched the nations here.
I
Yeah, you
did.
switched
I
them.
knew. So, Tomas from Argentina and Luis from Brazil. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've been working, been searching for some jobs, gigs as well. Yeah, just as usual.
Give me one sec. I've got somebody else just arrived out of the blue. I did not expect this man, but here he is. Let me get an introduction for him. He's one of those weird people that I've met on the internet that I've thought I would like to have him as my co-host. So, yeah.
I don't think like that. I always feel like a hot young star, on the other hand. You know what I mean? Why not? Why not? I say that in jest. It neither has any meaning nor doesn't have it. I mean, everyone should think of themselves as that,
Nah, just me. Just
Yes, it's the hot young star himself, Tim Olsen
I know.
from Melbourne Comics.
Velvet Comics,
It's a
but
Velvet Comics.
shame on you
How
for
you
getting
doing,
that
dude?
wrong.
Well,
How's
shame
it
on me
going?
for being awake.
Well, get some coffee.
I actually have, and I haven't even had a sip yet. I'm running out of time here, and I was like, no, I got to get on live. Hurry up. So,
Yeah.
how are you, Tim?
I am fantastic. Me and Sid are at page 36 of Melvin number 4. I sent away a design to have a figurine made out of.
Nice.
Yes, the library in the neighboring town has a 3D printer, so I might take advantage of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about modern libraries now. They all have like 3D printers or the tech. Everyone's got computer, internet, but like now they've actually, even our local library, right, has for the last 5 years, half a decade or so, or more even, has 3D printer there, and I've used it myself. So it's cheap. It's a good way of checking out your designs before you send it away, right?
Oh, you could just mass produce figurines for low cost.
That
No,
is true.
You
But
don't
I
want to be
mean-
you don't want to be those guys that preaches like quality. So I'm going to spend far out the butt for it, and then end up broke, and able to finish the project.
That is true. Or
You
gamble
don't-
it all away, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just
Yeah.
there's a certain person who thinks that I don't know how much they spent on their 60 pages,
Yeah.
and I do, and I know that's why they can't finish their book, and I think it's funny.
So today we are going to be talking to for Tim. You've just jumped in. I'm not sure if you saw the introductions there, but like Luis is from Brazil, and
Oh yeah.
Tomas is from Argentina. Now Luis works on Howler. He's finished issue 1. He's that's all in the can. It's all done. This comic is finished, and it's all colored. Everything is done, and all I got to do is work on the Kickstarter stuff and launch it. And then, of course, Tomas, he's our Argentinian manga artist who's just returned from Europe. About a year.
nice.
Was it a year or two there, Tomas?
3 years.
I am
3
so
years
jealous.
in Europe.
You know how many times I've been to
Yeah.
Europe? 0.
Well, Tomas
It's
saved
like
up.
me.
Yeah, Tomas saved up and did a working holiday, and him and his fiance went over there for 3 years. Worked hard, part time, and while he was there, he would spend his his evenings or weekends when his partner wasn't around, so he had free time to work on the manga. the 40-page manga, right?
I see.
And so once he finished that, then on the way back home to Argentina, he stopped in Japan to check out all the manga.
What?
So this dude, both these guys are hardworking people, artists, right? Commercial as well as now even I don't know how after all this, but Tomas decided he's going to go back to school, right, and learn more. So
Wow.
these guys are always learning, always working. And these are great people. Now the reason I say that is because there's a big fat ugly human being out there in the indie comics who puts down artists from South America. He puts down, oh, it's a Brazilian artist. Oh, it's from South America. So I want to just let that fat man know that my artists are from all over the world and they work freaking hard every day
Well,
while they work normal jobs or on other projects, right?
doesn't that depends?
I'm sure it does. So without further ado, let's start with Tomas. Tomas, do you want to introduce yourself properly to our folks out here watching this?
Okay, do you hear me well, Aru?
Just a bit louder, buddy.
Do you hear me now? Because the
That's
computer
better.
is a bit... Okay. Well, first, nice to meet you, Tim. I'm Thomas, as Aru said before. And to everybody.
Oh, you're cutting out, bud.
Hold on.
Check.
Now,
Yep, try that. Let's see.
that's better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, yeah, it's the headphones. I don't know why they don't work. Okay, as you heard before, my name is Thomas. I'm from Argentina. I'm the main artist from the Tortoise manga, my first ever manga from my career. And okay, it's from when I started to work with PRELAUNCH comics. It's been really nice, and it's still being really nice. And I'm working on volume 2. I think it's volume 2, Aaron.
Yeah, issue 2 right now. You're on that.
Yeah, and also helping with a bit of flat colors, as you saw before. I think if you catch the social media, I'm doing the flat colors for the last Howler cover. I think it's the cover. Or it's
It is this cover here. Let me put this up. Here we go. Wait. Yeah, so you're doing the last coloring for this one here. This is the last spoiler cover.
yeah, that one.
So I've done the flats, but now he's finishing it off because I for the life of me could not color this to make it live. So the artist gets the job to do the coloring. So yeah, Tomas is doing all the shading and making this look like a better image than my spot coloring. Oh well, flatting. Carry
Thomas
on,
did
Tomas.
the drawings too, or just the colors?
Oh no, this is from James. James did this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was a last
cool.
minute ask.
Yeah, that you told. I remember you told me. Just hold on a second. I had to make one final cover.
Yes. I like the concept of the cover.
Yeah,
Those
I
deers
used-
just standing there, the corpses.
yeah, because we didn't even like in the story we haven't shown this yet, so I call this a spoiler cover because it's about issue 3 where we showed this, and I was like, yeah, it'll be cool to have something very visual as a cover for those people because this is a variant cover, which means that if you buy it, then you get then you see what these creatures, this part here that's upcoming. So yeah, carry on, Tomas.
I think I had said it all. Like I went to
Okay.
Europe working 3 years. I went to Japan. I brought some things, some manga, some figures over there, and that. And I'm really happy to work with you guys.
Thank you, man. That's cool. All right. So, and to be honest, I really appreciate you working with us because, I mean, like I said, you do your thing full time, and now you're studying as well. and you're dedicated, and I'm glad to have you work us with. I mean, and this is cool because like both you and Louise are first timers on comic books, right? And these are your first projects, and and not only just first projects, but international projects, right? So it's outside of your own countries, just like me. Like for me, this is I get to work with international artists, and I've really appreciated it because it just means that I get to see other people's art transform what I've written, and it just man, it just feels so good to be able to get to that stage where you're going, we've got our the work that's been put into this. So let me get there it is. So this is the manga all completed. And the way this manga, here's another cover that from James. This is the bikini foil variant that we're going to put out, virgin foil. So it's going to look exactly like that, but full foil. And then inside, of course, it's black and white, being manga. And it's going to read from right. So you'll be reading like this, right? And so the other thing is we've got instructions all the way back down here, which shows you how to read it. Because I know some people who pick up will be like, reading a comic book, will be going, well, how do you even read this thing? So I put an instruction here for that. And because I love, Kermit the Frog, I decided to, as a kid, I still think he's pretty cool. I'm sure everybody still thinks Kermit is pretty cool. We put in, I decided to put, I did this as a promo for like social media, but here, I decided to put in a song, Come With Me and You'll Be, oh no, it's not, wait, is it Peter Pan? Did I get the right one? No, it's Willy Wonka, isn't it? I think that's Willy Wonka.
Yes, that's from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, I got Kermit confused with Rainbow Connection. Yeah. So this is, thank you, Tim, for that. I was like, that doesn't look right. So come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination, right? Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. So this is shows you how to read a manga page, but also, let's get out of that. Some promo, and of course you'll see here all the way down to page 34, which means this is a 31 comic book page, right? Manga pages of art. So, which is why we got like a 40-page total. So the back cover's got an upcoming Kickstarter for Robot Nation, which is a complete, I think it's a complete 32 or 40-page book, and all colored. That one's all finished as well. Oh, by the way, that comes out in 3 languages, which both Tomas and Louise have translated into Portuguese and what is Portuguese and Latin? Is it Latin? I can't remember. Spanish.
Latin. You said Latin, like.
Yeah. Well, that's Italian, isn't it? Latin.
Latin is it's the same. It's a Latin language, so it's almost the same.
Yeah. So this will be released completely colored and everything. It's already been colored. It's already been finished. I just got to make sure that everything's perfect before we go to Kickstarter, which will be later on this year. And it is Portuguese and Spanish and English. And they have their own covers as well. And that's all about robots and human interactions. Also, this is a R18 book according to Kickstarter, right? So it's got to make sure that you guys understand that the Tortoise, a 40-page comic book manga, is a R18 book according to Kickstarter because of nudity and sex scenes, but not explicit sex scenes, right? So it's not like porn. Because when I put this in, Kickstarter said, hey, I just want to let you know that, you got to make sure these are the wordings. Now, Tomas, do you want to talk about your creative process or the story? Because I don't want to keep talking and talking, right?
Okay, about the creative process. Well, with the first volume, you gave me the the last version, I think, was Levi. They are the artist of the first volume before.
Yeah, Levi Howarth did the like
Yeah,
a first initial volume of it, and then we decided to just make it a bit more better, I guess.
yeah,
You know, more creative, more interesting.
yeah.
Carry on.
And for the first volume, like it was more like trying to fix, or better call, like trying to give a different approach from the original pages, even though they're a bit similar, and
Mm.
also well, with trying to figure out some scenes. I remember when you wanted to make the hotel scenes that it wasn't in the first volume before.
Yeah,
So I think with the creative process, if I have an idea that you want in like really clear, I can get it to it really fast.
mm.
And after that, if there's some other for example, when you gave me the script, it's just trying to make four different layouts and just trying to check out the composition and everything so it can work. And
Yeah,
from there is just doing the figures, doing everything. I have like trying the most difficult thing for me is trying to figure out the use of gray colors, because sometimes like, okay, this is gonna get lost, or maybe this is too much contrast, or there's not too much contrast. And I'm trying to do like a step by step, like the basic sketch, clean up inks and grayscale, and sometimes like trying to make all at the same time.
one of the interesting things about this is that you know it's trying to I call it a Western manga because it still has that comic look to it, despite being a manga art style. And so I think I wanted to also make sure that people knew that it's a Western manga, right? We're not trying to be Japanese here, and
Oh, yeah,
because those guys over there, that's their art form, and
yeah,
so you know,
yeah. Also, like I always wanted to. I always watch some manga artists, every kind of artist, and try to grasp some of their knowledge. But for the pages, I can't be all day doing the pages. You need the pages so we can finish the project and we can post it on Kickstarter. So
yeah,
I have to make a balance between, okay, I can draw it better. Yes, it's gonna take more time than I thought. Yeah,
mm,
maybe yes, maybe not. So I try to balance the style so it can be like a manga style, yeah, in between a manga and a animation style, so it can
right.
be in between, and also not let go the style. Like how can I say it? Sorry for the sounds. Wait.
That's all right.
Like I try that the style don't get in the way to make the scenes or the emotions of the scene.
Yeah, I think there is this whole idea that like, oh, you can just keep working and working for years to put out a page. It'll, you can either put the work out or you can just, you know, lie and say that you go, oh, I'm taking years. It's got to be perfect. It's got to, and you never get anything out, and you never get anything done. And I think comics is, according to Alan Moore, is a fast art form, right? It's not supposed to take you decades and decades to make it work like a painting, uh, you know, and and I think a lot of people get lost on the idea that it is a fast art form, and you're not trying to perfect something, but you're trying to do work that you know that people can read and connect with quickly. Because like I keep trying to tell people, a comic book takes about 15 to 20 minutes to read, and that's how long a lot of people will probably spend with a comic book ever, and then they put it on the shelf or in the container, and then they'll go back to it years later going, oh yeah, that's right, I remember this when. So I love the work that, because that's what comics are good for. It's that fastness, it's that quick entertainment, and I think we need to get back to that. I love the work you've done under Turtles, man. There was this thing about part of this, the whole story that came from, how I came up with the idea was that a little girl on a beach with her parents, wanting to playing with turtles in Fiji, and in a dream, right? And this is basically it here. And she's saying, "I want a turtle," when she's on a holiday, and I'm like, that's a weird dream to have. Okay, well, let me find out. I've never thought about turtles. Let's go look into turtles, what they are. And so I wrote the script, right? Did a whole bunch of research, and I learned that it's an endangered species. You know, so there's like back. This is like, I think about 2005 when I first started coming up with the idea. No, not 2005, 2015. Yeah, it's quite a while back. 15? No, that's too far back. So about 2019. Sorry, years all melt together. So these are like the early designs we had, some of them, and this is Tomas's designs coming in on top. I think this was one of the characters from the earlier designs, and then going all around the world and looking at how we should create the tribe, the Wabo tribe. And man, Tomas did an awesome job. Like issue 2, dude, you guys should see the work he's done for issue 2 with the tribes is freaking amazing, right? So with these guys, with their home, it's just great. Just the design of these imaginary structures that are based around the world from different tribes, because this is a made-up tribe, but part of their look, their culture is grabbed from a whole bunch of African tribes, Asian tribes, Pacific tribes, South American tribes, and such, to create this own tribe called the Wabo and their legend. So the other thing here is that we kind of allude to what's upcoming as well, because when you read this first script, you kind of think, well, why is it called horror, right? And where's it heading? So I thought I would put in some foreshadowing pages. The other thing, the main characters in this, two young 20-year-olds. This is Amber and her fiance Kirsten. So just want to make that clear. It's about two young girls, who are engaged, kind of thing, to each other. I think that's. Is there anything else you want to add to that before we get Louise to talk about Howler? Thomas?
The thing that I can add, it's amazing working with this story and with you, Aru. So, and everyone else with Louis, with Joaquin is the artist from Imaginary Room.
Yeah, so Hawk is from our publisher from Rising Comics. You've got you've got James with doing the covers and stuff, because I like to give our artists different covers to do, because that way they get to show their art for what they're working in. Like James is working on a comic book called Templeton, which is a supernatural horror comic, which he's finished issue. I think he's about to finish issue 2, and that's coming out. I think issue 1's coming out on Kickstarter after we put this one out, complete. Delivering this. So that's his cover for the Tortoise. But this is the cover that you are finishing the tones and shadings on for Howler, right? So you get to see his artwork before you get to see his comic work. And also we talked about here with Robot Nation, right, which is coming out later as well. Tomas did a cover for this for Robot Nation as well.
Oh yeah,
and this,
the comic,
yeah,
the funny cover.
Yeah. So the other thing here is this is an artist who's worked for me, Francisco Conti from Italy, but Francisco's actually working on another comic, a whole series for another writer from America called Steve Samadi, and that's the Valley of the Kings, and he's just finished all the artwork on that, and we've got who, by the way, Louise is going to be coloring. So, we're working with a group of artists from all over the world in Plunge Comics to showcase their work, right, on different covers and stuff like that. So, with that, let's jump over to Howler and talk to, excuse me, Louise.
Well, that's my part, is it? So, well, it's been a while since we started doing this project. I remember when you first told me, about because at first we were just like uh, showing me some ideas that you had, like I have this one and this one. I remember when you told me about the Howler idea, I was like, yeah, something dark, more gritty. So that's something that I that got me interested. I I really like doing this. And to be honest, I like it doing Howler even more in issue 2 that we're doing right now with the pencils.
Right.
No.
Question: with all the this is a werewolf book, yes?
Yes.
It's a monster book.
Monster
It's like
book,
Yeah.
yeah,
A bit more.
it's a
like,
monster creature book about like from creatures from human history, legends. So you'll see a Valraven, you'll see a nine-tailed
Oh,
fox,
right.
from Japan. You see a Lemire from the Greek mythology, I think it is. Or your Fossigrim from Norway. So it's a monster book with different monsters from human history and legends.
Yes, I can't remember you saying something about that. I forgot. Which kind of takes care of my follow up question: what separates it from other werewolf books?
Yeah, I think for this one, I wanted to reach back around about 200 years or more, right? So it's not like just, hey, this is just a, because I love, my favorite creature of all time is a werewolf, right?
Right.
It's that's the one thing, if I ever would want it to become a creature, change into a monster or a creature, such, it'll be a, Howl of the Moon, right? Be a werewolf. And so, but I wanted to not just be about a werewolf. And so my other favorite book or movie of all time is Nightbreed, right?
Oh
So if you,
yeah, that's a good
so
one.
if you, yeah, so if you see Nightbreed, Nightbreed is about creatures, different creatures. Like, I mean, like Clive Barker. I read that book and saw that movie in the 90s, right? So this is kind of like me taking what I love and making it my own, but also having someone like Louise on board to take his own understanding of the story and his own ideas and bring it to life, man. Because I think this is something that like a lot of people, creators, understand, is that you have to let your artists bring their own flair to it,
Right.
because when you let them do their bring their own flair to it and their own imagination, creativity, it looks so creativity to it. It looks so much better than when you first imagined, man. And
Yeah.
that's why I love working with artists from around the world. I learned so much. Right.
So you give them creative freedom, but are you like me, or the only thing you worry about is continuity, like
Yeah.
making sure you're on the same page?
Yeah, and things got to, yeah, and that they understand the story, right? And
Right.
like Louis said, he's having more fun with issue 2 and more because there's more happening in issue 2, in the sense that, like, the story unfolds beyond what we were doing with issue 1, where it's a bit more establishing the family, right? Establishing who the people are, because that's what you're really doing in issue 1, right? And there's people out there saying, "Oh, you got to tell everything in issue 1." Well, if you do that, then what's the point of coming back to issue 2?
Well,
You know?
I got a theory about first issues. Ever since I read X Force #1, I didn't know anything about these characters before then. All I knew was right there in the issue.
Right.
So I always think about first issues as like an introduction. This is like, don't worry about where they're anything before the story. This is your first time. So this is them to you now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. One
Kieran,
thing,
Luis.
if I would guess, I would say that probably when you started having this idea of Howler at the beginning, it was probably just about werewolves at the beginning, right? But then you expanded to monsters and such. Is my guess
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because I was like thinking, well, just doing a werewolf book is kind of going to be like boring because there's so many people doing werewolf books, right?
Right.
And
They're all kind of jumping on the train there.
yeah, and I'm like, it's not doing anything new to it, and it's not even like I get bored with werewolf movies as well, right? There's only so many werewolf movies that actually people do something cool to. Like there's the one that was written in. Do you remember the one that was? There's a movie from Britain uh, that they put out. Let me just find it. I'll let you carry on, Louise, and I'll try to get the link for that so I can show you the trailer for that. How different that is. It's called Dog Soldiers. I just remember my brain just clicked. So if you and it's like doesn't even mention werewolf in the title, right? Which is even better because like you don't know what to expect. So this is from 2002. Let me just show you this trailer so you can see how cool this movie is. Like it's 24 years old. It's a bit different to what we're doing, but give me one sec, get the link on. Where is that screen? There's that. So this is from 2002 and it's from England. We'll just watch a quick trailer.
They were my men!
Get up, you shit. You know what we can do. Give us a fighting chance.
Whoa. I ain't hitting that hard. You shook something loose. Fetch! Find the shot! Go and get them! Good target!
What that guy did with just a small budget's amazing.
Yeah,
That's true.
Which proves that you don't need a big budget just to make something great. Just saying.
you just gotta have a good story.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing for me, like with what we do, I'm all because I want to make sure the story's good. And if you and here's the thing that happened, right? So like we completed all the artwork and then I said to Louise, I said, hey man, I think we need a couple more pages.
That's true.
And Louise was cool and he's like, okay, let's do a couple more pages.
Yeah.
And
No,
so we added,
I didn't mind because your suggestion at the time was for a prologue, and I actually agreed to it because I felt like, yeah, it needs a prologue. So yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
because the whole story started like the actual script started with this, right? With a fight scene, and then we finished it all, almost finished it all, and then I said, how how did these guys end up here, right? How did this happen here, right? Because you got the full page showing people, this is how, because you got to grab everybody, do a full page, first page, and I was like, how does it it's all good and everything, but they're in New Zealand now, and we talk about how they're in New Zealand, but we never say where they came from and how they ended up here. And we talk about them setting up a pizza shop, Italian pizza shop and cafe and all that, and then like it gets a bit mellow, we build in the characters and stuff, and then I was like, Louise, can you I've written up the script because I think we needed a couple pages at the start, and so we did this whole, I wrote a home invasion angle, which kind of like gets you to understand that there's this other element, underworld element to this whole story, and who they are. And so that sort of comes into the whole, because we hear about home invasions all the time. So I thought, like, on the news and stuff. And so that's a natural progression, right? If you, it's like something that actually happens, people home invade, criminals. So I thought, well, why not do a home invasion that has to do with our actual, story and so on. So it adds a bit more. And also, not only that, it also gives you, helps me ground the character as a normal, 20-year-old, right? Just working, going about his day, and so on. Did you have a question there? Sorry, Tim, or do you want to continue, Louise?
Well, if there are
Continue.
any questions, or is there?
Oh, actually, yeah, there is one question. Now that you kind of expanded from werewolves, why did you keep the name Howler?
Because that was a title that I always came up with, because it's kind of like, rather than howling, because like I said, I love my Halloween movies, so, and books. So Halloween's, not Halloween, sorry, Howling, right, is another great series of stories, actually based on a book. Originally, it's, Howling is based on a book, but that was one of my own favorite werewolf movies. And so Howler became, a great way to ground it as one, for my own title,
Right.
I think.
So is it like, despite all these other monsters in the story, it's the main focus is still the werewolf?
Yeah. It's really, basically it's about mum and son, right? So there's two characters. You've got I have a trouble. Joe, right? Joe. Iosias. It's a Greek name, if I remember right, for Joseph, right? So this is Joseph, and this is his girlfriend, who he meets over in New Zealand. From Fiji, that's Shayla, but his mum, way over, where's she? Here, that is Alicia, right? And she's from Italy. So he's basically, the story is really about mum and son in this. That's the focus. It's the mother and son story, with the girlfriend and Joe. But issue 2 really expands on Alicia's world and where she's from, right? Whereas here, issue 1 expands more on about who Asias is as a 21-year-old is about, who, in the story just turns 22, and it's his birthday, right? And so then we sort of kind of like go on to, Alicia's world and where she's from, and when the monsters arrive, right? But one thing that's really cool about this is that it's like a 200-year-old a globe-trotting story, right? So it's going to be going all over the world as we continue with the story and looking into her past. Who are the people, that's did the home invasion for them. You know, like I love this little image here, man. This is cool. Like this the color scheme here. So yeah, I think it's hard for me to try to talk about a lot of it without like without giving away the plot or without the things that are coming up, right? Which is gonna like totally, hopefully, will blow people's mind with issue 2, because there's some artwork that's in there that's like Louise has done so much research on, man. Like seriously, that Louise has been putting so much research on 1,700 clothing designs.
Speaking
Right.
of which, what do you think about showing up some bits of the pencils of
Yeah,
issue 2?
and like let me just open this up because dude, it's so good. Like the time and effort spent on that, like because usually I just give him like go, here's what I'm thinking, and then he'll go away and come up with all these different ideas and research that he's put into it. Let me just find the most recent. Here we go. Check this out. So this is from a page from issue 2. Let's put it back. So, like the architecture and stuff. So, like this is what I mean. Like it goes back 200 years, right? So this is 200 years ago. Horses, man. Like, dude knows how to draw, right? Animals and stuff, which is really cool. Lamps and all these things are details. When you're doing stuff like this, you don't want to just throw it all together because and Louise comes and goes, oh hey, yo, fashion, right? Women back then wore dresses, so how do we make it that it looks like a dress but doesn't look like pants,
Yeah, I remember when we discussed about that, because at first when you sent me some pictures many months ago for her design, I looked through it. I felt like like wearing those dresses, those old dresses, not really functional for an assassin, because it will be really harder to move,
Hmm.
with dexterity and agility. So I thought like, no, we need to change, some stuff. So when I research, I remember like those skirt pants. I don't remember the right word for it, but maybe it's skirt pants. Those like it looks like pants, but a skirt at the same time. Because it's divided at the middle. So you can move better. You can ride horses with it. Something that with a dress it wouldn't be possible to ride a horse as an example. So I try to think logically, to make up this design at the same time while trying to make it look cool as well, and to fit a bit with the context of at the time.
And the other thing was like these 1700 fashion, man, like they look so cool back then. The way they used to dress and stuff, and I'm like, how do we make it work for us, even though like we're doing a fictional story, but like Louise is here going, okay, well that doesn't work because of this, and that doesn't work because of this, and I'm like, okay, so let's figure out what's going to work for how you're thinking of these things. And I think this is what like element a lot of people when you bring something that's like 200 years old into a story, I mean, like we're looking at character designs that that we didn't think about, that might work until we're researching to make it work. So this is a little girl that we had that plays a part. This is Bertha Strong, right? So this is her 200 years ago. And the way this works here is that she's, you know, we don't, you know, when Alicia here appears, we don't even know who that Alicia is, right? Until she takes the mask off. Because back then, because her whole duty is out here, you know, going and finding monsters, right? And so it's, oh man, I I'm trying not to give away too much.
I don't know why. It reminds me to Pact of the Wolves. I think is that the French movie.
What's called? Sorry, Tomas.
I don't think I know that one.
Yeah, there's one movie with made by the same directors as The Matrix called Pact of the Wolf, I think.
Oh, Pack of Wolves.
Pack of I think it reminds me of that the clothes, all the gadgets and everything's like, oh man, that's a lot of work. How do you even do it?
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing. That's like Louise is spending so much time researching this. So I'm trying to. What year? Do you know what year it came out? Because there's a couple of them here called Pack of Wolves. There's one in 2012.
No, it's early. I think it's one even early in the mid 2000s. I think. I don't know if it's 2004 or even after that.
You said it was from the Wachowski. Is that it?
Yeah.
Is it from? It's a movie from 2012.
Valley of the Wolves.
Maybe.
Kud Blatist follows. That one's a Turkish mafia. Let me do a AI search.
It's a French movie also. Oh, sorry, that's my cat.
That's all right. What's the name of the French werewolf movie? Let me see if that can turn up something. Now, talking about this, Louise, while Gruck is doing its thing, let me show some other images here.
I was going to point out a fun fact about dog soldiers. You ever notice that there was only maybe one or two werewolves at a time?
Because it's the same werewolf, right?
Yeah, or they only made it like a few. It's kind of like the movie Them, when they moved the giant ants. They only made like one full ant and then one part of one, so they had to make it look like there were many ants at once.
Yeah.
So that's why in Dog Soldiers there's never more than just one or two werewolves at a time.
About the movie that he mentioned, is it Brotherhood of the Wolf?
Yes, I think that's the one, Brotherhood of the Wolves, right?
Yeah. I think I found it on Wikipedia.
Okay, so
from the cover, it kind of reminds me of what I'm doing with We Shoot You a bit. I mean,
yeah. So this is Louise's sketches from like about 2 years ago when we first started, right?
That would be the thumbnail, I guess.
Yeah. So that, and now this is that same image completely.
No, wait, that's the other one. The other one, that's the one with Berto. I think I already sent you this page already.
Yeah. No, this is one of the early ones. So like I was just showing like your thumbnails for outlining it, and then with the script, so like where the story is, and then here's the Bertha now, right? Doing that. So check out this look. So this is just two pieces here, right? Thumbnails there, but this is now detailed.
No, but I did send you the full page.
Oh yeah. I'm just getting to that.
Yeah.
So I just want to show like the thumbnail workings of that because I think a lot of times people don't even do thumbnails, and I'm thinking like, well, why don't you do thumbnails? That's the most important thing, just to structure how you do your panel setups, and it helps you, work out how to figure out what goes where. So this is the actual page here, right? Broken down from, so you got that one here, that's from the other page. So you got this, then this is the final image there, but there's one just before that. Let me just find that one.
Yeah, I did send you already the
Yeah.
previous
No,
one.
I've got it here. I'm just trying to get to the right. There, here it is. So it's just my so there you go. So you got this, and then you've got this is a thumbnail, and that's the finished piece here. Look at that. Look at that friggin' artwork, man. Okay, so Brotherhood of the Wolf. Yeah, I've loved that movie. That's a freaking awesome movie. Let me just did they actually call it the Brotherhood of the Wolf?
Lucas,
No,
how much time do you spend in making the pages?
You mean me?
Yeah.
Well, that depends of the pages, and the last one that he showed, the last one I did it in a night, one night. But some of them I take a bit longer. That depends, But some pages I take like a day, 2 days, So it really depends, of what the page is about, how many content there are, how many things I have to draw, or if I need to research, to recheck anything before, So really depends on many things, many. I forgot the word, but I think you get it what I mean. So yeah, as I said, the last page that is there that he left, the one that the character is already throwing the lasso. I took like a night, just like one night, like a few hours just to finish and wrap it all up. So yeah, it really depends, because sometimes when you do a page, it goes really smoothly. You don't do almost no mistake. It just goes really easy. Then there are some pages that you start like getting frustrated and all. There are some pages that it seems like that it just won't go. You just won't
You don't
work.
throw your pencil, do you?
No. I
Because then
mean,
you'll have to eventually repaint the walls.
no, that's not the case, because most of the things at least the inks I do in digital already. So, and we pay a lot of money for the equipment technology. So
yeah,
I don't. I'll so
yeah.
no way. I'll just throw it off. No, I won't do that. No.
Smashing a tablet.
Yeah, no, it's much it's much expensive for that.
Yeah. Get a Wacom because those things are durable. I know that for a fact because one time I got frustrated when I used to still draw, and I put it back together and it worked fine. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, there's some ways we try to do to make it work. Yeah, that's just
So,
life.
Karen, sorry, Luis.
No, I just finished.
Oh, okay, so when we started doing issue 1, we actually plotted out issue 2 at the same time, and so we had all this work from issue 2. Where are we here? I'll get to that one. So this is it here. That's what I was trying to show you. So this is what those pages are from, all the way down to page 19 and 18, halfway through the comic book. And you got the getting the thumbnails, putting the lettering on the thumbnails, because I do the lettering and everything, right? So here you've got all those Luis working out the thumbnails and stuff, how he's going to set it up, and then later, you tighten everything up later, right? This was done like about 2 years ago when we, because we spent the last year working on issue 1, and
Yeah,
not only that,
just
Like,
just right now when I watching you scrolling out, I
mm,
just noticed that there were some notes that you left somewhere in Dropbox. I don't remember where. I actually there's sometimes that you left some notes, some
mm,
things that you wanted for me to do some adjustments that I kind of that I end up forgetting, because like sometimes I may have even see it at the time, but
yeah.
then after weeks or months I end up forgetting, So sorry about that. Or
Uh,
maybe there are one page right there that I don't even remember seeing that notes at
yeah,
the time, So yeah, sorry about that.
dude, I'm the same. I forget people's characters' names, and I forget who I put in where because I'm working on about 7 or 8, and I'm working on my own friggin' 6, 7 comics at the same time. But I'm also helping another person with the Valley of the Kings, right? So I'm sometimes you forget which character is for which, and I still have the problem with calling Isaias, you know, by his name because I can't pronounce it properly sometimes.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, how do you say it?
yes, yes,
Yosias, right?
yes.
So, so this is from issue 2, right? We got some. Oh, and the thing about issue 2, there is like friggin' about 20 odd pages of Italian architecture and 1700s furniture, costumes, dungeons, castles. It's just oh, it's crazy, and I'm so looking forward to it because oh, here's a page which friggin' started it all, the whole entire story, right? So this is actually exists as a real thing. I didn't even know it was a real thing. So I'm going to show you this art that Louise did recently for that. I think it just completed the pencils on it.
Yeah,
This beautiful rendering of this dream that I had. Now later on, I realized it's a real actual place. Check that out. Is that gorgeous or what? So we get another castle like in Zoolander in this thing. So this is the Conclave, and there's a huge history about
Oh,
this.
that pencil's really light. I can kind of see it.
Hold on.
yeah,
Let
it is.
me raise it
Unfortunately,
up.
it is.
Actually, I can darken it. Let me get my tones up here.
So many houses. You have so much patience.
Yeah, I
Nope,
sometimes
nope,
I get
the other way.
really impatient, but at the same time I think like I
There we
can
go.
do this like how
How's that? I just raised the tones.
Nah,
Did you
Yeah.
get any inspiration from Vlad the Impaler's castle?
Oh, dude, no, but Vlad is part of the story, right?
Have you seen the?
Uh,
Have you seen? Have you seen the? It's literally. So supposedly it's haunted. Supposedly,
is it
yeah.
right? So we have this one page of infomercial kind of thing, the history of Vlad. How this whole thing came about, right? Kind of like foreshadowing what you'll see. This is like the 1400s all the way to now, um, which gives you an idea of the history of where the whole idea of this thing here, which is now a real. I didn't even know this thing. This, for the life of me, in all honesty, guys, I did not know this place was real. I've never seen it before in my entire life, and I dreamt of it like 3 years ago. So, and then when I was searching like castles on hilltops and all this, Google showed me that this thing is actually a reality, right? And this is I just want to show you this. That's why, because I put that pencil page up that Louisa, this is actually, you know, exists. It's called Cavita del Bagnoregio in Italy. Like,
Civita di Barnorerio, Italy.
exactly.
that's
Yeah,
how you pronounce it. See, I have no idea. So, yeah, so I dreams are freaking weird, bro. Like, you never know that, maybe, some past life you walk that line, right? And then to have, you know, than to find that it's a real thing. And then because my idea was, hey, this is how we're going to do it. So there's a castle, then there's a hill, and then across the castle there's a bridge, made out of stone, but on the bottom there's a valley,
Yeah.
and with a whole bunch of houses. That's got to do with how we're going to put the story out. And then you get someone with talent like Louise coming and go, okay, let me see what I can do for you here. Let me put my gloves on. Let me pull up my pencil. And next thing you know,
let me see what I can do here.
yeah, and now it's a reality. It's awesome. I
About
just love
Thomas'
working with
question
talent.
about patience, it's really something I wanted to add because at the same time it's true that while I was doing it, I did felt a bit of impatient, about man, how long am I going to draw these houses, but at the same time, what I hate the most is doing my work half done, if I do something and I feel like it's not good, because I felt like
Taking shortcuts.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't know how people see my art, I have no idea but from my own lenses, I'm really critical of what I do, so if I don't see something like that, I don't think it's good enough, then I would just really hate it what I did, I would just really hate it. So
You know how I see people's artwork? Through my eyeballs. Usually that's how I see them.
yeah, that's one way to put it.
One thing I noticed here is like the perspective, right? A lot of people don't like to actually do perspectives. So if you look here, you'll see how how things disappear and get smaller, and you can see how how it's big here, and then like some over here you go, oh, there's a big house here. That's because it's a bigger house here, right? And so you've got this line here. It's just so cool to I love seeing perspective artwork, and I think a lot of people don't spend enough time on that, and so they're and making sure that their perspective is right.
It does
So you can
seem.
see it.
Go ahead.
Carry on.
I was just gonna say it does seem like you if you ever look down at like those old cities, how they're kind of clustered together in one spot.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
feel
the
like
reason, because it's a old European city that at the time it was all cramped up, in tight roads and paved walks and such. So yeah,
it's so cool, man. I just love seeing things I dreamt about and things I came up with in my head become reality, right? It's just the greatest. It's just the greatest thing. Like
You gonna use
for a
any?
writer, right? For a writer, it's like to see your imagination become a real reality is having an artist put it all together is just crazy. Carry on, Tim.
You gonna base any actual things that Dracula does on actual Vlad stories?
Probably just affect the war, but we've got like about 12 issues with this, right? So it's one of our longest stories, and so there's a lot to cover over the 12 issues that I've got planned out, because each there's like about 4 arcs. So it's there's 3 arcs. There's 3 arcs of out of the 12 issues. So you'll have 4 issues that'll end that arc and then get to the next arc and the next arc to complete it all. I wrote it so this happens at the end of this, and then we shoot off to this, and then this is the finality. So it's like a trilogy movie, right?
There was a story about Vlad in this court, and they used to, I guess, dine amongst the bodies that he staked, right?
Mhm.
And this one court, and somebody in this court was complaining about the smell, so he staked him higher than the rest of the corpses. Something for you to use for future stories, I guess.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I try not to have too much of Vlad there because that's been overdone, right? Like the whole Dracula is overdone. So there is man, there's so much that's going to be, so many different creatures and so many different, things that are going to happen in issue 2. Like issue 2 has got like, issue 2 is crazy. Let me just say that issue 2 is crazy.
Is there
So
going to
this
be any kind of hunters? Like I know you have the Conclave, and but they're like this kind of mystical creature squad. But you have any kind of monster hunters or like normal people hunting these creatures?
Well, that's the whole Conclave. Conclave is the creature hunters.
Oh, I mixed it up. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, so the Conclave are the creature hunters, and it's on the mandate of Blad Tappers, right? And so the idea is that he doesn't want anybody. He learns that there are monsters like himself in the world, right? And so he sets out Raya and tells him, "Hey, go and grab all the creatures, and those who will comply and become part of it, use them as our dog soldiers, whatever, as our soldiers, assassins, and those who don't, just keep them locked up." So you get kind of like issue 2 kind of delves more into that, and this is the movie that you're talking about. It's called Brotherhood of the Wolves. So what's it called in French? You said it was a different name, Pack of Wolves or something.
Yeah. It's the title. It's up there in the poster. I think it's the Pact de how do you call it in French? The Pact de Wolf. Yeah. It's down there. Brotherhood of the Wolf. Down there. Le Pact de Loups. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I didn't realize that. So they're using, instead of like saying brotherhood, they're using pack.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. So yeah, I love this movie as well. I don't remember putting a rating on it, but I saw this around that time. Man, it's been 25 years. This is a must-watch, by the way, guys. This movie is a must-watch. Just like Dog Soldiers, they do so well. If I remember, this is a guy from... Is it this? It's not the same guy, is it? Yes, it's Mark Dacascos. Dang it. I was like, wait, I know that name. Oh, that
Mark
face.
Dacascos? It was him? Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. The guy from Double Dragon.
Yeah. John Wick, Double Dragon, Drive even. Yeah, Mark was really, really cool in this. He's actually a actual karate master, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, I think Mark is a full black belt. Yeah. So look, martial artist. That's how he got into acting, because of his background in. He's Hawaiian as well. I'm so glad they're keeping. He's getting jobs, man. Like in acting, like he's such a great. One of the times when action heroes movies were like the top of the top. In the 80s, 90s, it was like, you'd just go out and get an action movie for that day or that week. And so this is 18th century, where our story main base is around about 17th century, and then, modern day. So let's have a look at this trailer.
It was at the dawn of the Age of Reason that first appeared the beast upon the county of Gévaudan. Possessed with enormous strength, it would strike without warning and disappear without a trace. When all hope seemed lost, the king sent 2 men determined to unravel the mystery. What they uncovered was a world of deception, and a struggle for power that was far more dangerous than anything they could have imagined. Universal Pictures and Studio Canal proudly present to American audiences the French motion picture sensation Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Really cool.
There is,
I need to add to my watch list.
yeah, dude, that and Dog Soldiers. But that's, I think, there was this part here that reminded me of. Let me remove that. Of an image from our comic where you've got like the prince, right? Antonio here. In Romeo, that guy that was on that bed, and that lady was like caressing his chest. Reminds me of our Prince Antonio, who we're going to be. He's going to be on a bonus card that we're going to do for stretch goals. So we've got as part of the Kickstarter, right? We've got stretch goals, and so some you'll have like sets of cards, and others will be like free cards for stretch goals. So let me go to the Kickstarter here and show you what I've got set up so far, right? I've got to get the pricing. We've been working out making sure that pricing is like not overboard, because the last thing I want to do is like, scalping. Like, man, Kickstarter scalping is weird. People like overprice crap way too much. So for those who are just joining us, this is the link for, if I can see it. Why can't I see the link? Here it is. So this is the link here in the chat further up for the Kickstarter, and it's approved, of course. Now, let's get to some of the art. I haven't finished all the stuff. I should have it finished over the weekend. It's Easter, by the way, today in New Zealand. It's Good Friday. So been working out all the kinks and stuff, and when we're going to launch and so on. Now, let's get to the basics. Where's the story? How does this work? There we go, story. So I'm setting up the like I mentioned earlier, for people and repeating for people who are just joining us, is that with this, because one of the stories is mature and there's nudity in it, I had to put it out as a mature reader 18 plus, warning. So, however, this one has, the tortoise has nudity and, semi-sex scenes, but not vulgar, porn kind of thing, right? Whereas there's none of that sex scenes or anything like that in Howler. So, just so you know that there's two different books, a manga and a comic, together coming out. So you guys can have two books to read until we do the next, Kickstarter in a couple more months after we've delivered this lot. This is a cover by another one of our artists who's working on a fantasy book, isekai fantasy book called Zoolander, and this is a Volraven fighting Alicia, who's the main character for Howler, the female lead, the mother. So here's some more artwork from Hayagriva, right? So this is Alicia fighting Hayagriva.
I really
Korgaba.
enjoy drawing the Hayagriva.
The forearm dude, right?
Yeah, I really liked them and the design. I mean, I didn't really put much thought into the design, but because you just said to me that it is this creature. You gave me the name. I researched the image and I went like, okay, this thing on a quote would look cool. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I think I even suggested to you to maybe make him come back later. In the story.
No, it's a different one that we got to bring him back in. But we've got stuff coming in. We don't want to spoil
Yeah,
too much.
yeah.
But so as part of the as I mentioned that we've got cards and stuff. So we got 4 sets of cards for each one. So this is for the tortoise, but we also have 4 sets of stickers and as well. And let's go to I guess the rewards. And these are still being priced out. So none of these prices are exact and so on. And I think it's probably better just go and show you the larger images from the artwork there on these tiers, which would be under here. So where are you? Tier for yep. So this is a tier for the manga. There's one of the free cards you will be giving out when we reach a certain stretch goal, right? And then you've got these 4. So the thing about our cards is that on the back of them, they'll have a lot more info that we've left out of the comic book, so that you get a bit of background to them. Who are they? What they're about? Which you'll find later on in the story, in the next issues and so on. But here in the cards, you get to have, if you buy the cards, right, that you get certain information about them. And so that's that lot. And then you've also got these where'd the stickers go? Here we go. So this is a sticker set. Wait. No. There we are. So this is the 4 sticker sets that we're putting out with art from Tomas, who's on the screen there. So yeah, so here's some cute little. I asked them to say, hey, do some cute little, stickers. These are like about 3.5 by 4 by 5 inch stickers. So they're pretty big, and they all come with like transparency background. So all you'll see is this artwork here. So you can stick it on anything, and it'll be see through, right? So this will be, this is transparent and so on. So there's that one for that, and then you've got the covers, right? So you've got, let's start with the first cover. Nope. Right. Get rid of this. So you've got the digital cover. Where are you popping up from? There we are. So you got the digital cover. It's going to be the exact same thing, and it's going to be around about, I think, like $5 for 40-page digital, right? I still got to figure out. Usually that's whatever it is. Like I said, I still got to figure out the pricing, making sure like
You have to change. It says from Brazil. It's Argentina.
Yeah, see, I always get you guys mixed up. It's like what?
We are next to each other in the map, so
Yeah.
I will make sure that that's corrected. Nah, Argentine, nah. I was going Argentine. No, that's what they're called. So yeah, so there was that one.
I am so glad you're making that mistake and not me.
and then you've got the the just digital. The physical for cover A. Argentina. And then, of course, you've got cover B, which by the way, this is Tomas's artwork for cover. I forgot to mention here. So this is no limits. You can buy as many as you want, buy one, give one away, but make sure that you understand, that this is considered an R18 book, mature book because of nudity, such as this. Where are we? All right. So it's like it's kind of also has torture scenes, horror scenes. It's a horror comic book, right? So you'll get such and such topless scenes and so on, because it's it's about a ancient culture that's hidden away from tribe that's hidden away from modern life, and have like to keep their culture their way. And you'll see that a lot of cultures that they women usually walked around not topless, as did the man, right? It was just normal. So that's why you'll see that like that. Yeah, what I mean by that is don't give it to a kid, right? If you're going to buy one to give to somebody, don't make sure they're not a kid. So then you've got cover B. Now this cover is by James. As I mentioned, he's working on Templeton here, but he's the one that did the last spoiler cover that Tomas is right now coloring, finishing off the colors on. This, however, is actually part of a wraparound cover, but I liked it so much I thought, well, why don't I just use this little one with the main character Amber on it as a cover as well for cover A. We will be putting out the wraparound cover in full later, and I think I've also got it as like a stretch goal. It'll open up to be able to purchase later as a stretch goal, both in depending on the stretch goal that we reach, as a virgin virgin foil, a virgin regular, or with with the title. And then next up we have the nude variant, which is a full nude variant, which is by James again, who also, as I mentioned, did the Howler cover here. These were done like a while back. This is like about 3 years ago now. I think this is like, it's shrunk down, but it's like about 3 years ago, 2023. So I had all these covers set up to be done a while back. So this was like the peeper kind of cover. You got Amber, and then you got her fiance there in the background, Kirsten. And then next up we have cover D, which is a foil virgin variant, right? So the only text on this is here to show what it's called, what cover it is, and who it's by. I might put it as like a normal cover later as a stretch goal, but I think this looks beautiful in foil. So I did the flats on this, but Tomas did the colors on this, like the shadings and all that. Makes it come real alive. Kind of like and I was thinking like doing this as a poster, as a mini poster as well, so you could actually put up on the wall. Now let's go to the how. Actually, stay with that. And I think I did the cards, didn't I? Did I do the cards? Oh yeah, here we go. So we got some bonus cards that we're going to put out as part of this. Have I not set it up? Oh, I know what happened. That is there. So here are some bonus cards that we're putting out for stretch goals. So the first free stretch goal card will be this one here, which is the tribal version of Anio, who is the chief's daughter. She's like the, kind of like the strong female figure type thing. But she's the chief's daughter, right? Yeah, the tough girl. Yeah. So Tomas had a bit of fun with that, so she's topless there. We do have like the normal card version where she isn't topless, which is where do I have it? Was it covers? Is that one? Nope. Here she is. There. All right. So you got the normal one with the hair covering, and then the bonus one with topless. So that's one of the stretch goals. And then there is, wait. Here we go. So there's another one. That's number 13. So the way this works is that we've got an ongoing cards that we're going to release for the Plunge universe. So if it's IncrediGirl, she was the first one we put out. Issue number 1 of IncrediGirl came out about 2 years ago, and that was like number 1 to number 4 or number 6, and then we had like 6 to number 14 with the tortoise, and then we had like about 15 onwards with Howler, and you'll see that when I get to that one. So here's number 14, which is as I mentioned, the tribe cover, wraparound cover. So this is the one that we did here just for for the cover B, but this is the entire artwork. Once again, James Hill did the artwork. Tomas and I did the coloring on this. I did the flats, but Tomas made it come to life. So as usual, here on the back, you'll see information about them, a bit more, what they do. In addition to hunting, the Wabo tribe practices semi-domestication of certain animals, raising them in enclosures constructed from sticks and branches. These animals are frequently housed beneath the elevated floorboards of the tribe's large, blah, 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 cone-shaped thing. So some drawings from Indonesia, cave drawings, hence why they're there. Just a bit more information before you get to issue 2. Kind of carry you over. Because I think like just putting out a card with nothing on the back is a waste of space and waste of it's just like, what? Why are you not putting anything on the back of them? That's just the background to that. Okay. And now the tiers, right? So this is the Mystic Shell tier, which will get you cover A and then cover C with a nude wraparound and stickers. That's exactly what's going to be there. Then you've also got the Wabo Ritual cover, which will give you the forest cover with tribe cover, kind of like a selfie. I love this cover design, man. I haven't talked about this, but I love this cover design. It's like the look on their faces. Do you want to talk about that a bit, Tomas? Like, what was the reasoning for you for the artwork for this to be that way?
The idea was that you gave me one of the covers. I think there's one artist that made like maybe a mocap cover, and you gave me the idea to rework on that, and I was thinking maybe of putting more dramatism in the scene, like they are adventuring in nowhere, like they see the reader saying like, okay, we are crossing the forest and we don't know, we are not gonna end where we are gonna end, and wish luck. And I think it's like it's like also inviting the reader to get into the story.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool concept, because like this is kind of like about here, right? This area here. So this is where they're just going into the it's between these two panels, right? Where he's chopping away with the machete, all the vines in the way, and then the girls are just behind him. And here with the cover, they're just looking back, going, and here we go into the unknown. I love the looks, right? It's like she's like, what are we?
I don't know. Kind of looks like to me they're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. It's like, is this where we're heading?
Oh
Yeah.
man, here we go again. Like,
Yeah.
Ain't this some shit?
Yeah. Yeah. Are we sure this is what we want to do? I mean, you know,
Yeah.
and that's the whole thing about this story, right? Is like two young girls in their 20s going into the unknown thinking they know it all, right? It's like, yeah, we're modern, we're modern ladies, we can do anything. So yeah, so think of this like the Green Inferno, I think it's called, the movie.
Oh, those cannibal movies that were popular in the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that idea, like, discovering new what is it called? The new, I think it was Green Inferno.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, kind of like that sort of thing. I mean, yeah, I think that's what they call that kind of thing. But like the
Funny
kind of
thing about that movie, people literally thought they had murdered a bunch of people, so they had everybody who was in the movie had to show up for to show that they were alive.
yeah, because it was a mock movie, right? So it was
Yeah.
like so well faked that they thought it was real, and it was like more like a documentary than just like a like a
It was
movie.
kind of like Blair Witch before Blair Witch.
Right. So this is the Green Inferno that I was talking about as a movie. So let me show you this trailer, and hopefully you'll understand where I'm going with this one when it comes to this story. I mean, what's it called? This concept.
They were having us for lunch, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Peru is dangerous. We can't just go invade a country because they're doing something that we think is immoral.
I know. I just think I should be doing something about the rainforest.
It's time to make a difference.
Fire!
Why are they doing this? What are they going to do to us? We have to get out of here.
You know what this is? You know what they're doing to us?
I'm guessing that was not really so much a remake, but a tribute to that type of genre of movie.
Right. And so it's kind of where the tortoise, elements are at,
So is it going to be gory too? Besides,
oh yeah. That's why, like, I kind of hinted to it in issue 1 about here. Let me just, and this is the page like on on Webtoons that wouldn't let me show. So for everybody who was following us on, actually, let me just link that, because our comic has been on, the tortoise has been on Webtoons for about 6 months, and we've been putting it up every kind of like every week on there so that people could follow along and read it. Right, let me just pop off here, and that's been getting us a lot of views compared to whatever, but check this out. So we're up to about almost 3,300 viewers, readers, whatever, and it's actually, we use this for like for to get people to follow us or whatever, but also for people to check out the comic before it's actually out, right? So we've got 35 people that subscribe, follow, whatever, but 3,300 people have actually been looking and reading along with us. But now that we're about to go to Kickstarter to launch, right, soon, I'm using it now to promote the launch of the comic book, right? So also promoting the our interviews, that we're doing on, and talking about like the cards, making the cards and stuff, or stickers, and also putting up the pages from the comic book cut up as a webtoon that you can read on your mobile.
So these two are kind of know-it-all Gen Zers.
I don't, not really, because I think for the story, I don't want him to make it like just another one of that sort of thing, right?
Right. Because I mean,
there's
there's another option you could have gone with is the type of Gen Zer who doesn't want to know anything, so they don't bother looking anything up. That's another.
No,
that'd be another interesting statement.
Yeah, our people have. Did they just pop off there? Weird. Yeah, it just the link just popped off there on the screen. So yeah, no, our two ladies in the story, they're very smart, they're intelligent, right? But the idea is that like our young little girl who's grown up now, right, she's like, sorry about the pixelation on this, because this is like, I had to recut it for mobile, so you can read it on mobile, so it messes with the pixelation. But and not only that, you got to like do it so like it actually fits the thing. So here, at 6 years old, she wants a turtle as a kid, or 3 years old, and then at 6 years old she gets one. So all her life, it's led her to becoming a marine biologist, right? Attending university. And so by the time she's at that age, 20 years old, they decide to go on a overseas trip. And so by going on that overseas trip, they also decide, well, why don't we go and do something more than just being a tourist, right? And so in the story, we include this idea of them going and working for a group, a religious group. Wait, go away from you. A religious group called, to do a Habitat for Humanity type project, which we show, right, where they meet people who they hang out with. And so here they're on building a chief's home, right, on one of the islands. And then afterwards they go into town, and they find out about the main reason for their coming is to find out this tribe called the Wabo, who has a legend about turtles that they discovered, that Amber's discovered in her story. I mean, there's a guy named, which we talk about in one of the cards. Where is it here? Where's the codes? Which we talk about a lot in the story itself, about where, I think in issue 2, where they discovered who this guy was, David Kenyon, who's a professor who went and stayed with them for a year, lived amongst them and wrote a book about them. And yeah. And so, sorry, it's too small for it to see. But yeah, PhD, David Kenyon. the Wabo are in dojo and their culture, right? So because they discovered this legend in the book, that's why they end up going, coming up with the whole idea of, hey, let's go on an overseas trip, let's go for a week, let's go help them build a house, and then the next week we'll go and for free. By the way, these are volunteers. Um, kind of like the whole idea of Habitat for Humanity, helping people, and then also after that, let's go hang out. Let's go find out this island which has these people called the Wabo who have a legend about turtles. Not knowing what guy didn't learn about, David Kenyon professor didn't learn about the other side of this culture, right? So all David wrote about was like, oh, these people are these, like, this is how they live. They live in these cone-shaped, primitive housing made of thatch, roofs and whatever wood, which we show a little bit of here, right? So they live in these cone-shaped homes, and there's underneath them is like where their animals, live, like goats and whatever have you, that domesticated pets and so on. They also eat. However, all David ever wrote about was that they have a legend about, some interesting legend about turtles. That's it. So these guys kind of, being smart. And here's the thing: our two leads are very intelligent. They're not like dumb idiots, right? But they also have only a certain amount of knowledge, and that's in the book that they follow, but not everything. And that's where Tomas comes in with all this crazy artwork and has to put together, these sort of things based on what I'm thinking in my crazy head, to bring, that's why we did a foreshadowing, because I thought if I didn't do a foreshadowing here, it might be, let me get rid of all this text. What to look forward to, right? And so this is kind of like part of the turtle ritual that the girls didn't understand. And so, yeah, which is why this is a R18 book. Now, the cool thing is that working with Tomas, right? I just go, hey, man, this is what I'm thinking. Can you add this page here? I think I need a 2-page spread. Can you and it's got this sort of thing happening. What happens after they go to the nightclub, right? And and Tomas talked about that there, right? Earlier on, he was talking about like the hotel and stuff. And so we did a 2-page hotel, and this is actually a real hotel in Indonesia that we found. And so we added that in. Tomas, do you want to talk a bit more about that?
It was a real challenge to do the hotel scene. Like, oh, damn it. It was like doing the architecture, like, oh, perspective. That's what I was asking about Luis about patience. I was like, oh, I gotta do all this. It was really challenging, but also like at the end, I was really happy for what I'd done. Like, okay, let's try to make this scene the best way that I can do it. And also thinking like maybe not going, I think it's going to be like intimate time with the girls, so not going too extreme and not going too soft, so keeping the balance.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing, right? We didn't want to turn it into a porn book because it's a horror comic book, and you don't want to kind of make it a bit too titillate. It's like not titillating, but I don't know what's the word, like where you go from like just being, yo, this is just a sex scene to, oh, now this is porn, right? And I think you did really well on that, where you didn't make it like too extreme, and just because, and plus you got the story that's going on as well, so it's not like making you concentrate on the images to the extreme. I think that's where I don't want to, it's not that story. There are people, there are stories that you can do that with, but this is not one of those stories, right? Carry on, Thomas.
No, I think that's all that I had to say, because it was like, I remember that I think we were finishing the first issue, and you told me like, can you add this spread page about the hotel scene? And I was like, oh boy, how are we gonna do this? I'm gonna try to do something so Haru can be happy. Please, Haru, like this picture. But it was
I
fun.
like it. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's cheesecake, right? What we call a cheesecake in the West. It's like pinup, rather than being this extreme, aggressive, triple X kind of scene. But just making sure that people understood this is the book, right? It's not like it's just like any other horror movie, right? For that age group, because like a lot of people get like, oh, let's show as much violence, heads being chopped off, and all this, but hey, we can't show any sex scenes. Like, well, that's a bit weird. You got people watching, extreme violence in a movie, but you can't put sex scenes in it. It's weird. So one of the things we've got here is like one of the early. So one of the things about the Plunge universe, there's a religion. It's got the Temple of the Polyhedron, and as you read across our different comic books, you'll find it's usually mentioned in one way or another. So I asked Tomas to add that in this, because this is one of the most ancient temples of that religion. And so just wanted to show that on here, but also the reason for that is that same religion is who is involved in this building free homes for people, volunteers building homes for people. And the other thing is that when you go into reading Howler, you'll notice that same temple and that religion is mentioned also in Howler as well. I think, yeah, when we talk about an issue, I think in issue 2 we mentioned a bit about those people here.
Yeah, I remember that the conclave at the High Hill has something to do with the polyhedron religion, right?
Yeah, and also the fact is that that's a religion that Vlad Tepes creates, right? We go back and say 1400s, he creates this religion to unite the world, based around him as the main figurehead. And that information is, I think it's should be in here, right? That information is here. The Medu Draculs. Let me pop this up so we can see a bit of that in more detail. Yeah, so around, I think we've got it somewhere here anyway, but it talks about like how under the Ottomans and invasion and so on, and then how the animals, these monsters are discovered. Kind of, I think it's probably in issue 2 a bit more. But yeah, we talk about how the vampires came to be and so on. But that is there. Now, going back to the covers, is it there? Excuse me for those rumbles.
Hey, I just need to give a heads up that my notebook's battery's dying. I think I gotta go.
Oh, good, dude. Thank you so much. Though, it's great. By the way, though, this is the first time I've had both Tomas and Louise on the same panel at the same time. So yeah, it's been awesome having you both on at the same time.
Yeah, it's been nice joining you guys here. Unfortunately, my notebook does not agree the same way. So I need to head out a bit earlier than you guys. It's like 5% battery right now.
Cool. Awesome, man. Have a awesome Easter tomorrow, right? For you guys, it's tomorrow.
Peace out.
And
Thanks.
holiday.
So happy Easter for you guys as well. So may guys eat much chocolate as you want.
Awesome. Thank you, dude. Have fun with your
Thanks.
family. Bye.
Bye bye.
Peace.
And that was Louise from our artist from Paula from Brazil. All right, man. Catch you later. Okay. Now, talking about the tiers for Kickstarter for the tortoise. So this is the Wabo ritual, and that was a segue of talking about the ritual. So this is the cover that the bundle for that. You get the cover A, cover B, and then you get the stickers. Next one, what is the Ancient Shell Legacy bundle, which is you get the nude cover, and then you also get the bikini cover, but with the cards. And this is the all-in kind of cover, tier, which is you get all 4 covers plus the cards and also the stickers. And there's an Eternal Tortoise bundle. Okay. Now let's move over from that.
Love it.
To Howler. So this cover here is a last minute change of art for cover D. And this is our White Werewolf, which will be the full foil version. And I'm trying to figure. It's going to be like a full foil version, right? So I'm wondering what it's going to look like in foil, like the fur color here for Isis. And then of course this is just like the mock-up when we for this cover here. Once we finish coloring, it'll go in there. Go back to there we are. So that's the Hidden Claws bundle, which will be cover B, the Gravedigger cover, and then also the White Werewolf. That's that bundle. Wait. I see what I did there. Okay, let's start from the top. So the Mother's Fury cover is the A wraparound cover, right? Our regular cover is a wraparound cover. So no ads on the back. It just tells you a bit information about what the story is. A son and mother on the run from a clandestine organization are hunted by its agents. These agents are creatures of human legend and mythology. Will Osiris and Alicia find peace in New Zealand? And will they be able to keep their past hidden from their new friends? That is basically the simple blurb about what the story is about. Of course, this is the Valraven cover by our fantasy artist on a book called Zealandia, Joachim Hagström from Sweden. And then the next one cover there is Night Hunt, right? This is one I just showed before, but you also, with the Night Hunt, you get the stickers, which are by Tomas, colors and designed by myself. And then also you've got this one here, which we put in, which is Alicia with the artwork by Hello Artist on Louis, who was just on here with us. And then you've also, with the Hidden Claws, I just showed that one earlier, but you get the cards with that one. You get cover B, C, D, D being the full cover. We might actually, for a stretch goal, put out a stretch, like a foil cover variants of these covers, depending on what stretch goal would reach. And then, of course, you get the Bloodline Awakening bundle, which is everything. And also, whatever stretch goal that's free will be part of this as well. You'll get all that as well. I'm also thinking about doing a stretch goal, not a stretch goal, sorry, a pack with everything from the tortoise and from Howler, so you can get the all in for both books if that's what you want. But I'm going to do that like only 10, so that only the first 10 people will be able to get that. I think I like the idea of like limited edition covers because that's what I forgot to mention, right? So each of the covers we put out.
There it says Luis is from Argentina, so you have to check from Brazil.
Yeah, I'll get this all sorted out.
Again, I'm sure glad it's not me getting that mixed up, because geography is my worst subject.
Hey, where's Australia?
It's down there somewhere on the other side of the world.
And what don't you do when it comes to Aussies and Kiwis?
Get it mixed up?
Yes.
Because that's probably that's probably like calling a Japanese person Chinese.
Yeah, you never do that. They're our cousins, but doesn't mean that we like them that much to let them be called Kiwis.
Oi oi.
Yeah, we don't say that in New Zealand. We don't say oi oi.
I know that.
But they do. Actually, no, that's actually English. Oi oi.
Yeah. I know.
So these are the stickers that we're going to put out as a 4-pack stickers. Remember, these are big stickers. They're not small. 3-inch by 4-inch, 4.5 inches, 3 inches, whatever, 3.5 inches. So you can size it up like, with transparent backgrounds, so they, you can put them on anything on your computer and all that. And then of course the cards. The card set that'll be coming out 2.6 by 3.6 cards. Same cards as other cards, and again, numbered, right? For the Plunge Universe. So these all fit into the Plunge Universe card set, the ever-growing card set. Like everything, every time we put out a Plunge Universe comic book, a Plunge comic book, right? We always put out like 4 regular covers. 4 regular cards, and then extra bonuses for stretch goals for free on the stretch goals. So again, you got a digital cover A, which is a wraparound, and I will go and change that right now so I don't forget for later. Brasilia. Capital R, Brazil. Yeah, it's weird. Like I always forget which is which, but we got it confirmed. So the next one for that is this one here. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the only cover in our releases where the cover A is a wraparound cover. I like to do different things for cover A's, so that's something unique that we put out from Plunge Comics. Is that one of our comics for the Templeton series, because it's a 6-issue set, so every A cover interlocks with the other A covers to make a unique one image. So here we got a wraparound, right? And then so this is that was a digital. This is a print cover. And then also here you got the Valraven, which is cover B, limited to 100. And then here you got this cover, which once it's finished will be going there. And that's limited to 100 as well. And then you've got, wait, I missed something. I missed the last cover, which is, of course, the foil cover, limited to only 50. So unless you buy a bonus, unless you buy these bundles, that cover is only available to 50 people, right? So wait, there we go. So yeah, here, right? So you'll be able to get that in the on that one. You could get that. You won't be able to get it in that one. You'll be able to get it in that one, and of course in the all-in. So that's kind of like limits how many people can get that. So 3 other people, you can basically get 50 of these on their own, or you can get them in 3 different bundles. So yeah, foil cover. Here, of course, we tell you, that the artist for this is also working on Zealandia. Actually, let me put up Zealandia because we haven't shown our artists and their books, right? The ones that they've been working on. Kind of a bit of a segue promo for them. Oh yeah, here's what I meant by like, is it that one? No, that's not it. By a interlocking cover, right? Cover. Where is it?
The Zealandia cover? Or...
Yeah, I was looking at Templeton's the interlocking cover. Zealandia, I think I just went with a regular cover.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, because he changed the color on us. Yeah, Joachim changed the color on covers on us, and he went, "I want this one instead." I was like, "Okay, well, I will leave that as that then," because I thought rather than trying to be anything different. Where are you, Zealandia? Oh, that's it. It's Fantastical Romy. That's what always confuses me because I go, "Oh, it's this, it's that." No, it's Fantastical Romy. It's like Zealandia #1, Fantastical Romy. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, so this was the first proper cover, right? But then, and this is, by the way, issue 1 of this is finished. Everything's finished, and he's just waiting to color #2, and so that we can release #1 and 2, one after the other. But so that's the artist on this is this artist for the cover for Howler #1. So then, so that becomes so what happened was that then Joachim goes, "Hey, you know what? I think we should change the cover. It's not impactful enough for me, And I went, okay then. So he came up with this cover here, man, instead as an issue 1. So I thought, okay, I said, great. We'll go with issue 1 as that cover, right? And then use this one as issue like a cover B. Yeah, is that cool or what? Like both of them staring each other down. So yeah, so this is the Zealandia #1, Fantastical Romy, and this is like my ongoing series that I want to do.
Like One Piece, it's gonna have like 1,000 or like JoJo's.
If only. It depends how long Joachim wants to work on that, and then we'll keep working on that. Well, the first arc is only 4 issues, right? And so that sort of like, gets it out there, and then we'll work on the next story arc and so on. Now, let me just clean up this so I can. Here we are. Right, so cover D with only 50 released as a single issue, unless you buy unless you get the old packs. Now, with this also, we're releasing mini posters. So the side is your comic book cover, right? So there's this one here with art by Louise, and then this and colored by Thomas and myself, and then also, wait, stay there. No, not that one. There we go. And then this one here again by Joachim from the White Wolf. White Werewolf. I keep saying White Wolf. Then you got the stickers, of course, and then the cards, right? So this is the first 4 cards you'll get, but also there'll be like bonus cards for stretch goals. Once again, jump on to our, where is it? Where to go? Kickstarter page to sign up for the pre-launch, so you get notified and everything. And the other thing I want to mention again is that everything in this project is completed, apart from final touches to the to this cover. That's it. So, and also by I mean everything, I still got to set up the Kickstarter. But yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention earlier that the covers on our no, this one here, that there are limits to the covers on here as well, right? So there's no limits to cover A. The manga cover, there is no there's limits to cover B with 100, unless it's you get a part of the packs. There's covers to the nude cover for 100. There's 50 to the foil cover, right? For that. And that, oh, that's just the background. Yeah, so the variant covers do come with limits, 50 or 100. Unless they, and the only other way you can get them is if you get them in the bonus packs or bundle packs. And yeah, and I also, all the work is also 100% completed for Howler. This is it all here. All 36 wonderful pages colored. Now, the art pages, of course, are 29 pages, not a regular comic book page size, right? So it's 32 minus the 3, cover, interior, and first cover. So yeah, all up 29 pages of art there for Howler. All up, where are we here? 31 pages for the manga, all completed. So yeah, 40-page full, print, and then 36-page for the color for Howler. It look, Tim, as a writer creator, because I do like the design and all that, lettering and color flats on these. Not all of, I don't do all of the color flats on all the pages here, but because Louise did some of these fight scenes ones, because I just liked his style, and plus he's the one who came up with like, hey, we should color this. I'm like, okay, then you're coloring it, right? Okay. So but one thing about these things is that, like, it still doesn't feel real until it's in your hand, dude. Have you noticed that, Tim? Tim? You weren't muted. You just muted yourself, and then you unmuted. You there?
I think something happened with the mic.
Yeah, I think something's happened with, like, yeah, right. Yeah, device not connected. Okay, so yeah, so for me, like, this is not real to me, right? I know we worked on this for 2 years, and it's finished, but it's still just on my computer. It's still on Louisa's computer. Until it's in print and you can hold it in your hand, it doesn't feel real. I mean, you can read, I've made PDFs for people to review, to check my spelling, to check my grammar, over and over. Like, I've sent about 3 different people to check it, to make sure that, that there's no errors, because I hate printing books with errors and hate reading books with errors. but it's just sitting on my computer right now, and I can't wait for it to be like on the screen and stuff, because in my hand physically, so that I can so I can hold it and go, this is real, man. I can give it to someone, go, here, look, this is what we created. This is what my team created. Look at this.
Look at the project finished. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a freakish raven-haired heathen!
Oh my.
And, it's just, well, you know.
All right.
Welcome back, Tim.
Let's try this again. Can you hear me? Check, check.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got you back.
I was gonna say, yeah, you have nothing until it's gone through the printer and in your hands, and it's complete.
Yeah.
So there, it's to say you have like somebody says, I have all this artwork, it's in the can. You have nothing till it's gone through the printer and it's in your hand. You have no book.
Yeah. It's a PDF. It's digital, but it's no book.
Yep.
But yeah, so this is how. Oh, by the way, the first issue is like called "Love Life of Animals and Other Humans." And that sort of lets you know where this is going. But also, this is the entire 40 pages of the manga completed. Right, it's all done.
Lettering, shading, inking, all that shit.
Yeah, everything. It's not waiting to get the last page in. It's not waiting to get 50% finished. No, it's 100% finished. I sent I did a paid what is called like a super chat yesterday and it won't play. I think I need to restart this, but I did a super chat on newscast yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And where's the chat? Did the chat disappear on me on this?
Probably did.
Yeah, I think it did. So I did a super chat, letting people know that we got this book coming out, and they had something very interesting to say there, which I see if I can find it, because about this time I fell asleep because I'd been up for 32 hours trying to get the Kickstarter images and all that done. So let me blank this and find out where it was. That it was after the gambling that someone in Comicsgate lost $500 in like about 20 minutes gambling. Back his money, right? This dude here lost $500 of backers money gambling, and he's been gambling for the last 5 years, hasn't he, Tim?
I'd say so. He and who goes gambling at 4 a.m? Somebody with a problem.
Oh Lord. Hey, to be honest, I did that once. On a New Year's Eve party, I was just like on the way home from and I walked up, and I'd never been to Sky Tower in my life before, I think. And so I went up there in the middle of like after the party to sober up, right, on the way home.
Oh yeah.
And it was around about 3 o'clock in the morning. I did that. And then I walked, because I lived in this, just about, I think about 1,000 meters away from the party, because it's in the city. Pardon?
Where's that, Miles?
Well, let me show you on Google Maps so you can see where the party was. Google Maps, Auckland City. And I did that myself. And this is when I used to do this, because I haven't gambled like in maybe 5 years. And whenever I gamble, it's no more than $40 or $60, right? And that's within like every 2 or 3 months. And the reason for that is, if it's not money that you can lose, don't do it. Right? Don't do it.
I went to knuckle shoot and I gambled $1. I can't do it, man. I just can't do it.
But the worst thing is gambling backer money from Kickstarter, right?
No, it wasn't Kickstarter. It was Indiegogo. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause,
So,
yeah.
oh yeah, but yeah, Indiegogo money. So where are you, Auckland City? Gosh, I gotta
Everybody
remember
knows
where
where
I
you
am.
live, Aeronet, right now.
What's it, dude? Oh no, no, this
Everybody
is like,
knows where you live.
oh no, this is when I actually lived
He
here. That's
talks
like
to himself.
this is 2007 when I lived here in the city. So
yeah.
this is Sky City, right? So this is where this thing here. This is where like a huge casino.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, so where I was for that, I walked all the way from here, right? This is where the party was, the viaduct, here somewhere. And so on the way home, I walked all the way from there. Now I don't even know where the friggin' thing is. Where's the tower gone?
It was a short distance.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I know what I'll do. Wait. Viaduct, right? To direction. Yeah. So viaduct to Sky City. Here we go. There we go. So this is what I did. This is how far I walk. I did a 12-minute walk. See, I thought it was 1,000 meters. So yeah,
12 minutes. Wow.
12-minute walk. Like pretty drunk. And then add direction. So the next one was Simon Street. All right, that's where I used to live way back in 2007. Yeah. So this on my way
further
home.
away.
So
Further
yeah,
away,
so
man.
I went. No. So from here, I went to here. This is all city, by the way. This is all city, lit up at night. To here, right? So it's a 45-minute if you go that way. But if I don't go that way, yeah. So it's a half an hour walk from, from there to there.
Oh, I see.
So Sky Tower was in the middle way home. So that's when I actually 2007 when I used to gamble, right, at the slots, and it wasn't gambling my money that pays for rent or power or food. It was bonus money that I earned extra that I was allowed to gamble, that I could gamble. Not Kickstarter money, not Indiegogo money, right? But actual my money that I earned extra on the side, right? On top of all that other bills to pay was paid. So to be out here gambling at like about 4 o'clock in the morning, is crazy to me, right? But yeah, so this dude was out here, $500 gone in what, an hour or 30 minutes. But I just want to show this clip if I can get it. Man, I don't even know. Hold on, let me see if I can grok to find it.
Maybe he takes them to T&J's Pizza for extended credit.
Imagine earning millions of dollars of backers' money, right? But instead of getting the backers,
Their book,
their items, not just the books, bro, all the other stuff that he did, right? That's part of that people paid for, like $400 for a head sketch. That the dude hasn't even given them a sketch. It'll take a couple of hours to finish off, right? But he hasn't even done that, dude.
Well, I mean, imagine all the people who have gotten like really bad habits from him.
True.
Like I said,
gamble.
Well, that and are paying far too much for a project and then being broke because they can't, and now they can't finish it.
Yeah,
that's my point. It's like it's just as bad to kind of put all this money in unless you can afford to do it yourself. If you can't afford it, you shouldn't do it. But some people, I don't know, they can.
Well, the thing with this one is like he took the money though,
right?
And he hasn't given the product. That's the thing. Like we don't take any money until the product is finished and launched, and that's only to pay our artists, pay for the printing, and then pay for our artists. Because at the end of the day, I don't really care if I get paid or not, because I just want my beautiful books out there, right? I want my artists to have their work out there.
Kickstarter keeps everybody honest. and that's why you can trust people on Kickstarter.
You carry on. You two carry on talking. I'm trying to locate this time code.
Yeah, but I think it sounds like, I don't want to point at somebody, but it's almost like a scam. Like,
Yeah.
you promise. It's like the pyramid scheme. Like, yeah, you give me this and I give you this in exchange, and you're gonna have it. And at the end of the day, you have nothing, and the guy just keep your money, and he's spending it on gambling. Like, if I had to make a personal opinion, it's like a lack of, for example, if I pay him for giving me a sketch or something, it's a lack of respect. Like, well, if the gambling happens after he gave me the sketch, it's okay, you do whatever you want, but I give you to make a sketch and you are just gambling and not working between.
Right. For me, I'm a working class guy. I come from a working class family, and if I slap down money for something, I better get that something. It doesn't make any sense for me to like, okay, I gave you money, now I'm going to wait like almost a decade to get it.
Yeah, exactly. And after that decade, you just lost interest. Like, maybe, 10 years later, oh, here's the comic that you asked for. What comic? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that piece of shit. Okay, thanks. Throw it in the corner somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like, I think also talking by myself, like maybe doing indie comics, some people lost the track of the goal of making comics and showing them to people, like, and then try to, maybe they like the status quo of being like, oh, look, I'm rich, I'm successful, and I live from comics.
Well, it's almost like they said, it's almost like they want us to fund their lifestyle.
Almost like crypto
He
bros.
actually said that, didn't he? At one stage to him, he said, "Oh, it's for funding my lifestyle." I'm like, no, it's not. People are giving you money to get a product from you, to help you create that product, while you sit on your ass or go gamble, while you sit on your ass live streaming and talking for 10 hours a day or 8 hours a day on different live streams instead of working on the freaking comic books for the past 6 years. Like, what kind of bullshit is that when you say, give me money, I'll produce a product for you, and then not produce a product for 6 years?
Yeah.
That's fraud, man. That's like totally a court case, waiting to happen.
Unfortunately, Indiegogo, I don't know if it's that way now, because I heard that now you have to prove that you're going to finish the project before they let you do more crowdfunding. But there was a term of service that said that you're not guaranteed to get a product, and they really leaned heavily on that.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit.
That is
the fact
bullshit.
is, if you're gonna run a Kickstarter, you should be guaranteeing that you're gonna get a product.
Yeah.
The fact that it's not guaranteed, that it should be illegal to run crowdfunders if that's your whole idea.
You should be barred from it if you're constantly ripping people off. But another thing is, like, when I walked away from Comicsgate, people treated me like I was nuts.
Yeah.
And I kept telling him, there was indie comic books before Comicsgate even existed. And there'll be independent comic books after it's gone. So I don't understand why anyone needs Comicsgate.
Well, it's the whole, like, it's the thing about being a group, right? And I think it's the group mentality. Like, it's a cult, right? Ethan comes from a cult, and he knows how to lead like a cult. He's sat in that cult meetings every week, right?
Yeah.
Mormons. So he sat there every week in that chair, listening to a cult leader talk about how to be a cult leader. And now he is being a cult leader with Comicsgate, right? So
just the founder of the Mormon Church was the first Comicsgater, because he read tablets that nobody else saw.
Right.
Just like no one will ever read certain, like Rainbow the Brute.
Wait, that was like the first book, right? That he's hasn't even produced yet, or is it the second book he hasn't even
Well, I
produced yet?
mean, like some people haven't even gotten the first haven't gotten Wrecked Planet or Blood Honey. Still,
Wait, is that like 4 books?
that's like several books.
Wow. So he's taken millions of dollars from people and hasn't even produced 4 different books.
Well, he's produced like the first 2 Cyberfrog books and a few others, but like some people have still to this day still haven't gotten theirs.
That is crazy.
Which book?
Yeah, somebody mentioned yesterday that
Blood
on
Honey
live stream.
and Wrecked Planet.
Okay, so I was thinking of Patrick Rothfuss.
No, we're talking about EVS.
Ethan Van Sciver. Yeah,
Sorry.
from Comicsgate.
Which is a person I wish would just go away. Take
Oh
Shane
man,
Davis.
you're not the only one he wishes he would go away.
Take Shane Davis and Malin with you. We don't care about their shit anymore. They can fuck. They can fuck right the hell off.
What about both of them shitting on Chuck Dixon, right?
Oh,
whose book I actually have on my shelf. I have Birds of Prey. I have Birds of Prey #1, signed by the way,
Chuck Dixon.
No. Who is it? Oh God, Gail Simone. I think it's Gail Simone. I got Gail Simone to sign it.
Yeah.
But I haven't met Chuck Dixon because he didn't come to his own. But I have volume 1, 2, and 3 in trade in as new condition from Chuck Dixon on my shelf right now.
Didn't he also write the NAM?
He did. Yeah,
I would love to get some of those books.
Yeah, I think the Chuck Dixon the NAM comic. Let me see if that's him. But I mean, look, Chuck has been writing for decades, right? Yeah, he did, dude. Yep. Chuck's been writing for decades. For some has been to come on the internet and talk on the live stream and talk about how great they are and how better they are than Chuck Dixon, who is a world-class published writer, recognized internationally, by the way, not just online, right? Not just in indie comics, but internationally, right?
All because what? He wrote a few books for Eric July, who pays him, who gets his stuff out on time. Fuck fuck EVS. Whoops.
Yeah. But I mean, like, dude, Chuck Dixon, 86. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Apologies. It got me the wrong way. But look, Chuck's been writing since 86.
86?
40 years, my bro.
Like almost my entire life he's been writing.
Yeah, he's 10 years less than me. Wait. I was 10 years old when he started writing. I'm not 10, sorry. My bad. 30.
Wait. That guy, Jorge Safino, he was like a great Argentinian artist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the father of Gerardo Safino. The guy who worked for, he made, I think, I don't remember the comics right now, but it's like really great artist.
Well, I was 7 when he started writing. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. I
have
love
a few comics from Chuck Dixon. I think I have. He made maybe one Superman and Tarzan, or maybe Superman Infinite City. I think.
I know he wrote for Image Comics. He wrote Team 7.
Why doesn't like? Oh, I think it's Zafino. It's coming under Zafino. Let me get to that right. Actually, you know what? How much do you know about him, Tomas? Do you want to talk a bit more about Jorge?
Okay, well, the Jorge Zafino, he was like a really good artist here in Argentina when we have a small industry of Argentinian self-made comics, and he started making an appearance in an historical fiction book called Nippur, like the old city from the ancient times, and it was like maybe Conan the Barbarian,
right?
and he has like a really good old style art, and he inspired like most of the artists here in Argentina. He was like the one of the greatest, and sadly, I think he passed away really soon. He didn't make
about
Yeah.
24 years ago he passed away.
Yeah, and
Dang.
luckily his son continued his work. Like he got really inspired by his father, and he also got he inherited the talent of his father, and he's also really good with inks and everything. It's like, God damn it.
Wait, so what was his son's name? So you're talking about like see here he is on
Gerardo.
Punisher.
Gerard.
So Gerard.
Gerardo. Gerardo. Let me
like this.
Let me write it to you in the chat.
Gerardo Zaffino. I wonder if it's. All right, let me see if I can get that branded up. But that, all right, it's like with the E instead of the I. So let's see if I can. Zaffino. All right. Wait. Comic. Oh, okay. So here's his working on Karnak for actually let me do another search. But I mean seriously, this is how I find out from about other artists by my artists having working with international artists, right? So you know, Iwakim tells me about Swedish artists. And you know, with you guys I learn about South American artists. So gosh, look at his line of work, dude. So 96 was a Batman black and white was his major work. Terra Inc. in 92. We've got lots of Punisher. Conan even, right? Clive Barker's. Dude, I was buying his book then in '88. I was buying the Hellraiser books, if I remember right.
Did he do any Wolverine?
Well, that would be part of when he was in doing whenever maybe Wolverine showed up in The Punisher or something like that.
Oh, but he doesn't have any issues of Wolverine under his belt?
I don't think so, because I think, let me see, bibliography, right?
Just let me check something.
Yeah.
Because I think I have one of his books right here.
Okay. Let me see if I can pull up Gerardo on. Oh wow. Let me see what we got here. Dude, check out Gerardo's work, his son's work. This is brilliant. And you're right. His son's actually, in a sense, is better than his dad. Right? Imagine sitting under your dad, who's a world-class artist, internationally published, and then you, the son, watch him work. And now this is your work, right? This is beautiful Conan book, bro. Battle of the Black Stone. So that was Jorge's earlier. Let me get Gerardo's. I thought I put Gerardo down there. Here we go. So this is Gerardo's work. This is name there, spelled that way. If you guys will ever want to search it up. I mean, we're done with the Kickstarter for us, right? Now we're going to talk about other artists and stuff, and talk about non-plunge comics related work. But if you want to check out the web comic that we've got coming out on Kickstarter soon, The Tortoise, you can you can go read it on your mobile phone on webcomics, but also please hit like, subscribe, and all that. Share the link out. Would really appreciate it. But on top of that, you can please sign up to the pre-launch for our Kickstarter, and that'll really help us, and you'll get notified when we do launch. I'm just working on the prices and costs for producing the comics, so that it's actually well balanced, both freight wise and cost wise to you, our backers. The reason I actually, if I can segue, the reason I actually did a 2-in-1 deal is that you could buy 2 books and only pay 1 freight costs, right?
And
Instead of starting up another freaking Kickstarter a couple months down the road. Carry on, Tim.
And if you feel like going over to Amazon,
No,
feel free-
don't go there. Don't go to Velvet Comics at all. Don't go to
what?
Velvet Comics.
What?
No, because you haven't put the link in the chat. How am I supposed to show people where to go if you don't put the link in the chat?
Oh, I thought you already did that.
Well,
Alright,
if you
hold
don't
on.
see it in the chat, it's not in the chat. So yeah, put the link out, then talk about it. So I can put it
Fine.
on the screen.
Fine.
Damn it. Anyway, back to Gerardo. Have you got?
Yeah,
did you find the book, dude?
Yeah, this is the
Okay,
art
let me
book
put you on the. Let me put you a solo.
Okay.
Or I could just kick you from the stream. But whoa,
That's
wait.
weird.
No, this is weird. They've moved the solo. Oh, here we go. Here's a solo.
Okay. This is Jorge Safino's art book. It's really thin. If you wanted to catch it, and if his art is really good, like, just let me check. For example, Conan the Barbarian.
Man,
it's a really good art book if you want to check it out for more Argentinian artists. And also, talking about Chuck Dixon, here, Chuck Dixon.
Look at that. Superman and Tarzan.
Also,
hey,
with
look,
an
hey,
Argentinian artist here.
yeah, hey, Ethan Van Scammer. Look, there's someone in Argentina with a Chuck Dixon book, and there's me in here in New Zealand with a Chuck Dixon book. Where's your book, clown? All right.
Yeah,
that's
was
awesome,
it.
man. That is
I
awesome.
wanted to show it.
That's sweet. Oh, by the way, I should mention that book to the art book to my friend Shane Evans. He buys comic book art books because he likes. Yeah, he loves buying them, man. Because he to learn from. That's the whole reason for the art books is to be able to learn from. Yeah.
Just I'm gonna write it in the chat. Like, you can find it, I think, and it's really thin, like this, and it's not too big, but really
it's
cool.
just a trade. Yeah, it's a trade. Nice little trade paperback. That's cool, man. So there is the name of the book there for you guys in the chat and on screen. If you're watching, watching and not listening, or listening and watching. So here back to Gerardo's work, his Conan cover. Look at that. Carrying on his dad's name as his of course as his own name. But I mean,
yeah.
Let me see where else we got with Gerardo. There you go. Now he's got it up. Finally, so he's worked on Karnak cover art. Actually, I think Gerardo's actually the interior artist on this as well, on the Conan book. Man.
Yeah, I think so.
What else has he got here? Cover art, I think. Actually, let me go to Google itself to find his full work. See if we can get that all sorted. So we can see a bit more of his work in total. Because sometimes like Amazon just shows like pieces of it. Here we go. Oh god, look at this shit. Excuse my language, but like, dude. Look at this. His Punisher, his Conan. Oh, you want a Wolverine? You can get his son's Wolverine, dude.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Let me get a large cover of that. You're back on, Tim. So
look at that link. Isn't that a glorious link? That's an awesome one.
Yeah. There's your Wolverine you wanted. Right?
Yeah.
There's a Batman. This is all Gerardo's work. Cthulhu. And here's the thing. Look, this is a world-class artist, by the way, Ethan Van Sciver, who actually, is putting out work internationally. right?
Yeah.
He sold his and people are paying Ethan $4,000 for covers, but look at the amount of amazing work for 2K, under 2K. You can buy original work, right? Through Comic Book Tracker, you get all the value of these works. And what pisses me off is like how Ethan thinks that his work is a bee's knees, right? But really, it's like that's the wrong page to go to. It's for linking in, but
It's overly produced.
Like, dude, look at that beautiful Summer Cat versus Death dealing art, right? But I mean, look at that amazing work on there, and here's the prices, right? What people are willing to pay. You got Jim Starlin. Now remove that and go back to the other page. I mean, with him, you get, you're getting. Actually, he is on Facebook. Wait, is that his Facebook or is that somebody else's Facebook?
Yeah, I think his Facebook. Yeah.
Oh no, this is from somebody else. This is the
I know
artwork. Look at
I used to follow him in social media, but I don't know. I don't know
let me
if
see if I can find
he's
it.
still there.
Gerardo, digital creator, Argentina. Is this him?
Yeah,
that's him. Follow him. I'll give you a link, guys. If you want to follow some good artists, right? Not trashy artists like the Ethan Van Sciver's of the world, but there's your Wolverine.
There you go.
That is friggin' awesome. Look at that.
Snick.
Yeah.
That upset that cat. The cat didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You heard Wolverine like, wah.
Wait, is this?
Yeah.
Look at this work.
He's here. He's making mess.
Cat.
I was gonna put you solo, but you took it away. Yeah. There's your Batman. There's your Batman colored.
I think you're not sharing. I think you're not sharing the.
Oh, I'm not. Dang it! Thank you. It's like showing Batman and Wolverine, and it's not even on the screen.
It's kind of like that showing a link to something.
Your link's up on the screen.
I know.
Yeah. So here's the black and white to the Batman.
Oh, that's dope as hell.
Yeah, this is from 2018, and then this is his limited coloring, which really is cool. I mean, that looks pretty cool. Just gorgeous. But here's the Wolverine I was showing earlier that you guys didn't see.
Oh yes, then that's awesome. That's Old Man Logan right there.
Yeah. This is, of course, Gerardo, son of Jorge Zafino, and Gerardo Zafino. And this is his Facebook page, by the way. Let me put that link back up. So you can go and check out his work. This is his Conan, right? This is that the Bear Man? Or is that Wolverine again? Old Man Wolverine. Look at that.
That's pretty cool. That's some good pencil work.
That is, and ink work as well, you gotta say, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. But class, man. Very, very cool. Detail work. Wait, what's this one? Yeah, Old Man Logan number 50 variant cover.
Sweet.
This would be a rep. I think this might be a wraparound, or maybe not. Is it a wraparound cover? I don't say.
Probably.
Yeah. Man, if I could afford to, I would get Gerardo to do a cover for me if I could afford to.
Put your money, save up your money.
Yeah, but to be honest, I would just pay my own artists to do that, right?
Well, I mean, like,
money, right?
Like you pay your artist, and then like once you save up, and once in a while have a very special cover by somebody who is going to pay charge far out the ass for it. It'd be worth. It'd be worth at least some kind of.
I'm laughing at the chat. Man-child protective service says on the mobile stream version of the stream, careful, man-child. This guy is Limu Gray with a phony accent. You are
war.
he says that I'm Limu Gray. No, I am the Monkey King of Zoolandia. You can tell so by the.
He's not Australian, damn it.
Yeah, you can tell so, and I don't fight kangaroos, nor do I fight kiwis because that's illegal to do.
He's not a roo puncher.
Yeah. Thank you, man-child. Man-child says, you can't fool me, Limu. No. That is not true.
You're gonna go down by the river and then not stream anymore?
Well, you see, the thing with me is that, I say what I say, and if I say something wrong, I'll apologize. I don't make shit up. This is Hulk, man. Like, check out this Hulk. Is that gorgeous or what? Oh, dude. Oh, he did a wolf. He actually did a wolf. Or werewolf, I should say. Or is that a wolf? You reckon this thing is a werewolf or a wolf?
I don't know, but that would be a sweet for like a trade paperback of all your Howler books. If you ever do more than one.
Yeah, we will put like every time we put out four issues. I mean, was it 4? No, yeah. Once we do the first arc, we'll put out a trade. Then we'll do the next arc. We'll put out a trade. Actually, I remember this. I think I remember this. Seeing this.
Wait, you see this one. He says, "Okay, I'm quitting the internet forever. See you tomorrow."
Okay, man-child. See you tomorrow.
Oh, that's funny as hell. That's funny as hell.
Oh, dude, check this out. This is awesome.
Shit.
Is that King Conan?
Detail.
Oh, it's Cosmic Ghost Rider. Look at that. Number 1. Cosmic Ghost Rider number 1.
You know what? Ghost Rider was really kind of cool. Ghost Rider 2099.
Yeah, that is a cool comic book. I used to get that back in the 90s.
Yeah,
and also
chainsaw hand,
Ghost Rider.
damn it.
Yeah, Ghost Rider when it came. Oh, look at that colored.
Oh shit! You definitely got to hire that guy for the cover, for like a
I can afford 4K or 2K. Can I really afford that much? No. I only just got my tax credit back, and I verified our what was that like? I just yesterday verified our where is it? Here we go. Our x.com page, so you can see it here. Yeah, that costs like 120 New Zealand dollars, which is around about $90, I think, US or something. Yeah, check it out. Like if you are on X, please, give us a follow.
You could do it You could do it for the special 20th anniversary edition.
What? Follow the X.
Howler's
I'll be 70. I'll be 73 years old, dude.
Exactly. You'll be able to afford it by then.
True. I'll be like 10 years retired by then. I don't even think I'll be retiring, but like, yeah. So please, go out and do follow our our X. Now back to Gerardo.
Yes.
Carry on, Tim.
No, I was going to say something funny, but I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind me.
Okay, we'll get you talking about your comics in a minute, but I just want to go through this. Look at that. That's beautiful, man. Here's Thanos. Is that Thanos? I always forget who's who. Who's the one with the chin?
It's Thanos. Yeah.
That's Thanos. That's not Darkseid.
No.
Here's
Witchblade, right? That's his Witchblade.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
On Rama.
Yeah, that's Rasputin from Hellboy.
I kind of thought that's who that was. Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is maybe from Sandman.
It can be.
Hey, there's was it the guy Modoc or something like that?
Yeah, I just want to see if it's anybody saying here something about that one. Yeah, it's not. So yeah, it says Mordok, Thor, maybe.
Yeah.
Tank Girl. God, that's a beautiful Tank Girl.
Oh, that is pretty cool. That was a good movie. By
Oh
the
no,
way.
no! It's not Tank Girl. It's that ripoff of Tank Girl by the Gorillas, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Tango, I
Because
think.
is it Tank Girl? Let
Yeah.
me find Tank Girl.
Yeah, well, it's the same. It's the same
Because
concept. Isn't it?
I love Tank Girl. It's
That movie was pretty good, wasn't it?
yeah. Yeah, Tank Girl's awesome. Let me where is the art? Where's the comic? Where's the art? It's just telling me everything but showing me everything but the art. So let me get the images up. Yeah. Tank Girl's oh god. The movie was great. It's worth watching. I'll actually put a we'll watch a trailer in a minute of Tank Girl because I think it's worthy. So yeah, so it was I was right the first time, and then I thought it was maybe it's Gorillas. But yeah, look, here's here's what the cover that's from. So that one there, and then you've also got this one in the back, but this one here is the one that Gerardo did, right? Is it Gerardo or is it Gerardo?
It's Gerardo.
So it is Gerardo. So there. That's cool, man. Who do you think this is? Oh, it's Storm with the hair, right? With the 90s look, with the hair and with a jacket, leather jacket and stuff. All right. So, and then of course, let's go. Mordok, Hulk, puny human. Look at that. His sketches. Yeah, it's like his first batch of sketches. See, hey, Ethan Van Sciver, this is the quality for head sketches that you're supposed to do if you're getting paid $400 for them. And you're also supposed to deliver like in time, like within like weeks, not like make people wait 6 years for it, or do trashy versions of it and then still take that $400. Right? These are like cards, I think, sketch cards. These are more sketch cards, whereas this is actual head sketches, and then you got cards, right? And he goes, here, this is 8 years ago. Just ordered mine today. And the guy goes, my fingers are crossed for a sketch. So like, this is the cards, right? And then he's wanting a sketch as well, which is this quality. Hellboy. What? That's Electra. Is it Electra?
Yeah,
Action looks a bit hairy.
Yeah.
Punisher.
It's not. It's. I think it's Solid Snake, maybe.
The one from Judge.
The one
this
with
one
the
here.
No, the one you say it's Punisher on the bottom.
Oh, Snake from Solid Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Conan. Batman. Yeah. Punisher. Batman. Maybe Conan again. Oh yeah, Conan. Wolverine. Conan. Oh, look at this. Bumping this with good. Oh, this is like 2018, dude. Bumping this with good news. Please share around as much as you can. Raffle for charity. 100% in benefit of a public children's hospital in Buenos Aires with the support of the Godfather Comics. You can buy your tickets online through PayPal. It's only $3, man. Wow. I would have been keen for that. Yeah, just pay for $5 for 5 tickets. Dude, I would have loved to have known about this and just been like, yo, here's $20. Give me 5 tickets, please. Look at that. That's a full version of that. Yeah. So yeah, Raphael. Was this for another one? Yeah, so El Hospital de Nunos. Do you know that hospital? Tomas?
Which one?
The
Yeah.
Hospital of the
Yeah, I
Ninos
know the
is a children's
hospital.
hospital, right?
Yeah. I know
So
that.
let me find the hospital that he actually did that for. This is the hospital here that he was raising, did the raffle for that artwork for, is this hospital in Argentina. This children's hospital.
Yeah, that one. Yep.
Look at that, how beautiful that looks with the lights all lit up. Let me grab to the bigger screen, bigger image. Gosh, it looks so beautiful at night with the lights. Look at this. And it's a kids' hospital, man. That's so cool. I mean, having, you're in pain and stuff and sick, and you show, mom or dad takes your grandparents, takes you to the hospital, and you go, oh, it looks so cool, and you sort of feel a bit better about going to there. Because hospitals are
I think that's another hospital, I think. So
it's not the same one?
Go back.
Hold on. Let me do a search here. I got the wrong hospital.
Yeah, it was another hospital.
I wasn't.
Oh, but in Google, in Google.
No, this one comes up though.
That's weird.
Yeah, so that one comes up as Nunos. It's a different angle, right? So yeah, so it's a different. So that's at night. So it looks different at night. It's the same hospital. So here, let me show you. So that's when it's lit up at night with the lights on. So this is on Costa Rica. No, wait, did I? No.
That's why, yeah, it's Costa Rica. No, Buenos Aires. Costa Rica is another place.
Right. That's what messed me up. Okay, so Buenos Aires. Buenos. Are you going to spell it the right way? Come on, Google, help me out. Yeah, now you want to help me out when I get it wrong. Oh, okay. So it's this one. Okay. Well, that's even a cool looking hospital, but let me see if this is the one. Is it the Ricardo Gutierrez Hospital? Is that what you're thinking? This one, yeah, but right. So this is the hospital, children's hospital that Gerardo did a fundraiser for him back in 2018 with his artwork, which is why we're talking about this here. So look at that. That's an old, gosh, it's maybe a century old, dude. What do you reckon?
Yeah,
let me do a translation.
In the title says that the hospital in that new, I think in that notice, 150 years.
Yeah, 100. It was 1985 is when so basically locally funded by doctors and philanthropists, people who give money to help people. So that's pretty cool, man. Look at that. It was the first children's hospital in Latin America, South America, right? And 14th in the world. Look at that. So yeah, so why we're here is because of an Argentine artist called Zafino, Gerardo Zafino, the son of George. George
Yeah,
Savino.
George, Jorge,
Yeah,
Jorge is
Jorge.
George. Yeah,
Right.
and Gerardo is Gerardo. So bad.
Yeah. So yeah, we're learning about a new artist I've never heard of, but I know I remember Jorge, his artwork because of Punisher and stuff. But this is his son. He's published by Marvel as Punisher. Oh, he did Doomsday Clock for DC back in 2017. Actually, I think I have this somewhere. This is the play. I think this is like the Playmates one. Yeah, I think this is a Playmates Batman. This needs to stop, but the end is near. It's like he's trying to like what is it called? Like crap, can't remember now.
Like Lego.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's not Lego, but it's like it's a Playmates. There's a brand called Playmates that does stuff like this. Yeah, Playmobil. Yeah, I think it's Playmobil.
Yeah, I think it's the German ones. I think.
So this is the artist here, Gerardo, and Comic Con experience. So there you go. Sao Paulo. He was at Comic Con Sao Paulo. CCXP. This is from Sin City. What's his name, Tim? The main character.
I forgot. Team, help!
Yeah, Marv. That's it. It's Marv. Somebody was kind enough to write it down. That's very detailed, man, and very, very perfectly. What's his name? Frank Miller. This is number 2 of the new Rumble. I think Rumble came out on DC, wasn't it? Is it Rumble?
Image. It was Image or other one.
Oh yeah, so he's been working for Image as well. So comic book. Let me see if I can bring up the. Yeah, it's by Image. Here we go. It's written by John Akudi. So this is the Rumble. I actually remember seeing Rumble, but I've never read it. So this is book 2. So he did a cover for it by looks of it. So yeah, Image Comics. Let me see if I can bring a Rumble 2.
With a double R. Change the L by an R, please.
All right, let me see. L by a what?
Change the L for an R.
Oh, right. So R.
Yeah, and another R.
Wait, hold on.
After before the A, put another R.
Oh, I see. There's no L in there as well. I kept thinking there was an L in there, even though I've been writing it, like copy pasting it, but I kept thinking it was still a friggin' L in there. So I was pronouncing it wrong. That's why I kept saying Geraldo.
But it's okay. It's understandable.
So this is his artwork on that cover. Look at that. This is for issue 2. And this is for issue for the series. The sketch cover. Dude, look at how good that looks. It's awesome. All right. Tim, let's get to your Velvet Comics. And let me get the links up.
Yes, yes,
We're
yes.
up
Let's
here.
do that. Let's do that indeed. That's
Now.
the one link y'all that you need for everything I've put out in 5 years. It's got Melvin 0 through 3. It's got Zed and Odysseus full length. All there. Although I will say that the physical copy for some reason is only available in the UK and other parts of the world, but for some reason not in the US. That's for issue 2. So if you're in the US, you can also get the what do you call that? The digital version, the digital book. If you have like a Nook or something, yeah. There's been an issue. I've talked to RJ several times about it, and I'm like, what is up with that? He doesn't know either.
So you can buy,
or go to criticalblast.com and get it from the website. I guess.
And Critical Blast is who? I actually, to be honest, I have no. I was going to ask you about more detail about what they do. So Critical Blast, I've actually interviewed Critical Blast a while back, maybe about 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, for
RJ.
real?
Yeah, let me see if I can find the link for that. Because I remember, because I early on, like all I was doing was like talking comics, talking movies, and then actually interviewing people about what they do. And so I had RJ on way back, and I think it was in the other stream. Yeah, it was on the other stream.
Oh, the stream. Okay.
I mean, on the other channel. So let me see if I can find it through that one.
Oh, by
I'll
the
get you a
way,
link for that.
shout out RJ and Critical Blast.
Put that back up here. And
I think he does everything from publishing to logistics. I think he helps fund campaigns and stuff.
Yeah. So this is the link for that, so you guys can find out exactly exactly who RJ is. Now I need to transfer this link over. I mean, this video interview over to. Excuse me for a minute there, Tim. Over to Plunge Comics because
right.
I've forgotten because I've been trying to move all the interviews over from a monkey channel over to here. So this is actually, when did I do this? Oh yeah, so he was one of the first guests. So
oh cool.
This was 2 years ago. I was right. So there you go. Hey, I was taught all the way up. Give you a bio from the man's mouth himself.
I've been a geek my entire life. I learned to read off of comic books when I was 4 years old. Nobody knew it. Nobody knew that I could read. I didn't know that it was a thing. I thought everybody could. So I kept it to myself. Comics were freely available everywhere because I was growing up in Sparta, Illinois, which in the 70s and 80s is where all the comic books in the world were published. So there was no comic store. They weren't sold in drugstores. The workers brought them home like day-old donuts at the end of the day. The print overruns and stuff. Get them anywhere. It wasn't until first grade that I was sitting in class. The teacher's bringing up these great big placards with the great big words on them, and she's reading them nice and slow. She's trying to teach everyone how to read, and I didn't know that's what she was trying to do. So, I read it in my eyes, and then I started, playing with a bug on the floor or tying my shoes again or something. Next thing I know, she's in my face. She's like, "Would you like to read to the class?" And I'm like, "Yes, please, because you're going so slow." And I just look at the cardboard sign she's got there. It said, "Plants generate energy through a process called photosynthesis, in which they absorb sunlight into chlorophyll cells." And it was like second grade reading class was the next thing happened the next day. I was like, but yeah, because the Flash just fought the Floronic Man, and that's how he operates. And Batman took down Poison Ivy by blocking the sun. And it's like comic books. That's what I got. I said, I can tell you about antimatter and matter a little bit. Just don't let them touch. It blows up the universe. But that wasn't the first grade subject, apparently. Collected, lost collections, collected again, lost collections, collected again. I'm not losing any more collections. This is,
yeah, neither am I, by the way. I've had enough of friggin' losing my comics. You know, I'm never letting go of my stuff now. I've had enough of losing my comics to fires and theft and all that.
I don't have time to rebuild it anymore. DC guy almost all the time. Love Marvel, love DC, but I was raised on the Super Friends and the Justice League, so those are my guys.
Right. So that is from that link there. I'm gonna be putting it. I forgot to put it up onto our Plunge Comics this video, but it was a 2.5 hour interview that I did with him 2 years ago. So yeah, that's RJ from Critical Blast, and the reason we're talking about that is because of what, Tim?
Because my books go through Critical Blast.
That's right, and we're gonna go look at your books.
Yes.
Now, where is that link again? Dang it! It's so much far up the page, and I am trying to find it. My eyes are not seeing it.
That thing you said, from not losing your books or your comic books anymore. Someone told me once, like, there's two major mistakes that you can. Bikes. There are two major mistakes that you can make. One, borrowing a book from that someone borrows a book from you. The second mistake is when someone borrows you a book, giving it back.
That's the same way with tapes.
Yeah,
and
dude.
CDs.
Oh man, I have a Wolverine Origins, the first hardcover that they put out for that, and I lent it out about 5 years ago, and I still haven't got it back. Damn it!
Find where they live and break into a house and get it back.
I have the wraparound. What is that called? The book slip case. You know, the slip, whatever they call it. The paper that on the hardcovers they put up. I've got that sitting on my shelf, but not the hardcover book.
Well, damn it.
Yeah. But you're right. Yeah, man. Don't lend out. Don't borrow. But I lent it out because I wanted the guy to read the comic book and give it back to me. So, hey, this is how cool the comics are, right? So now I just don't lend out comics.
He probably moved away and kept it.
Yeah. Okay, so I need you to discuss your comics.
Well, Melvin is a mercenary that is hired to save a princess from a dangerous cult. We are at issue 4, which is going to end the first story arc, and I am currently writing scripts for 5 through 10, which is going to totally change the direction of the book. But no spoilers.
Right. So this is issue number 1. You can get it via that link that's on the screen.
That's actually issue number 0. I wrote
0. I saw it 0, and then I called it 1. Carry on.
Well, I mean, 0 didn't happen until issue 3, and I added it to the campaign. And it took me 3 years to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah.
But issue 1 happened just because somebody said, "Oh, you'll never make it in comic books," and I don't like people telling me where I can and cannot succeed. So I told a friend on Facebook, "We're making a comic book. You're the artist. This is how much I'm going to pay you," and we went. And I've been making stories ever since. But I knew that after issue 1, the second issue each issue had to get better than the last one because I was learning as I went, which is how what some people don't understand. So when some people take aim at my books, I take it personally.
Well, it's like listening to Killing Him's Business by Megadeth, right?
Yeah.
For the with the budget that they had to produce that, and then you listen to friggin' Peace Sells, right? The difference in quality of production. It's like, what? And then you listen again to So Far So Good, and it's like, wow. And then you get friggin' what is it called? Rust in Peace, and it's like, this is God level, right?
Yeah.
S tier level when it comes to games, right? It's like,
well, you should hear the story about the Bad Brains in their first recording session. Yeah.
But yeah, who's this cover artist on this?
That's a John Dillard cover.
Dillard of the Dillards.
Yes.
Isn't someone actually waiting for a sketch from this dude?
I guess so. I don't get involved in other people. I don't get involved in other people's business. he's done a few covers for me during the campaign for issue 2. He did a Virgin cover where the Moldark, which is which is like a weak guy in battle armor. I wanted a character like Overkill from Spawn.
Yeah. So I mean, this looks like from the what was it, like the reverse of the Rob Liefeld Captain America.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is the Shield origin. Sherwin, who drew the first book, he did a sketch for me like 2 years prior to Melvin #1. I was kind of back when I was kind of drawing it myself. And he just kind of sent it. I was like, okay, well, this is kind of cool anyway. I kept it. And then I just decided to somehow work it into the story or somehow he had a shield. I have an origin story for it, but I haven't written it out yet.
Yeah. Okay, so you can get all that, I mean, via this link tree, which is pretty cool. I mean, if you should all have a link tree, right? Because
saves you so much time.
Yeah. And that's what you want to share out. Hey, here's my link tree. And by going to that way, you got your, you got your Facebook link, your Instagram link, you got your X link. It's all there on that one thing. Also, let's talk about, I mean, I showed you a little intro about the video that I did for, interview I did with Critical Plus, RJ. Now, let's talk about what he's offering through, it's one of the people's, he's a distribution person, right? So if you got issues with like trying to get your book out there to people and you don't have the manpower and stuff, that's what he does. So as someone who uses them, right, it's, let's hear about you and what have they done for you as a distributor, and what are the costs involved?
Well, he's made my books available on Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes and Noble, which is a huge book chain, and I think it's popped up on other websites for other, like I think you could find it on Fred Meyer or Target or something.
Right, and that's actually having your book out in the physical world, right?
Yeah,
and not just on crowdfunding and limited to people who back your books on crowdfunding.
Yeah. Well, some people, they get all their books on those tablets that are meant for reading for books and stuff. Those Nooks and shit.
Yeah, Kindle, right?
Yeah, Kindle. And I was trying to get somebody to buy a book, and he goes, "Well, it's not available on Kindle." So I messaged RJ and said, "Hey, we should consider actually getting Melvin and Zedno Decius available for Kindle and whatnot."
Right.
Because some people don't buy physical books.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, that's like, having our web, what it's called, the tortoise, Louise's, Tomas's my work, our comic book on actual webtoons, right? So that people could read it and look, and if they're interested, when we put out the Kickstarter soon, they'll be able to buy the print version of that. So one of the other the people that are actually distributing our book, Tim, is our publisher Rising Sun Comics.
Really?
Yeah. So this is the work that I'm doing at the moment. You know how I say about there's 6 comics, we've got 6 comics? Yeah. These are the 6 titles that I'm working on currently. So this one and this one's coming out first. Go back. Right? This is the Kickstarter we're going to be doing going out first. All right. And then the next Kickstarter is, I think it's this one. Man, hold on. Let me get to another place where it will stop moving on me. So these are 6 books that I'm currently working on. Right. So issue 1, issue 2 is going to Kickstarter right now. You can get the link here for the sign up to the pre-launch. Link in the chat. And so the next one should be Zealandia #1 and Templeton #1, or Zealandia #1 and Robot Nation one shot. Right. In Critical #2, should be coming out on Rising Sun Comics page on Kickstarter in the next couple of weeks. Once that's started, but also Templeton number 2 is being illustrated now, inked, and I'm coloring issue number 2. This one's already finished. This is finished. This is finished. Zealandia number 1 is finished completely. Number 2 is being colored. Now, so that's the 6 issues that we've been working on for the last 3 years. The titles, I should say, not 6 issues. But so like Critical Blast, I'm not. Does Critical Blast actually produce books, or is it
I think he writes some.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he also. I think George. He's got George on there who does the comic book Joke King.
Right. So Rising Sun Comics Publishing, they do a lot of G.I. Joe related books, because that's where they all started from being fans of G.I. Joe.
What?
Yeah.
Cool.
So they have fan comics called Cobra the Enemy. It's up to 100 issues almost, right? Out now. Was it? Did I just see 100 issue? Go back. This way.
How'd you land that deal?
Oh, I've been part of them for ages. It's just that I had a head injury, and so it kind of like made me forget a lot of things. So I was away from them for about a decade due to the head injury. Was it a decade? Maybe 7 years or something.
Oh,
but yeah, so I'm part of. I am part of in a big way with Rising Sun Comics. So our this is that book I was telling you about, Templeton, the horror comic. And here you've got, Webtoons link for Tomas's my book, manga, and the upcoming thing there. So they got a sale on, right? Go check it out. This was issue 1. Issue 2 is coming out soon. You got, this is that G.I. Joe related? I don't know much about G.I. Joe. So,
and that's G.I. Joe related. That was Zartan.
Yeah. Right. So, so they've been putting out, G.I. Joe books for ages. So here's like some amazing work that they've got out there. Now let's go to the store. Right. So here's a shop link. And they work with, creators from around the world. Like myself. So you can go and buy issue number 1 of Incredible. And issue number 2. Well, this is all ages, right? Full color, all ages comic book. And then, of course, you can buy the black and white version of the right now. And this is due to horror, right? Because mature content due to horror, not sex or anything like that. And then you got all these G.I. Joe related books like Commandos, Mask, tribute books, all these older books. They're all available digital or print, depending. So here you got the physical books. Working with, these are all kids' books, a bit more mature, I guess. This one's Purgatory is pretty cool. It's black and white, very cool. I kind of love Purgatory. Yeah, art style is really cool. And it's kind of like Elasmet's, what he always talks about on his, his indie comics thing. Purgatory's got that real indie comics aesthetics, but really like Hellboy, artistically. Let me just grab you a bigger image of that. Like the artist on that is really cool. Like her line works very, unique style. So yeah, Purgatory is a really good book, I have to say. Hopefully they've got digital ones there, because I think it'll run out of the physical prints. So that'd be worth checking out if you're able to get the digital, if you missed out on the physical. By the way, they actually had Purgatory on Webtoons to read as well, if you want, before you want to try to get the physical book. Let me get you a link for that. search purgatory. Where is it? Is it? Wait, what's the name of the artist? Writer. Don Juan. Oh gosh, can't see his name. Don Juan Mancha. Right. So let's see if we can search it through Webtoons. Don Juan Mancha. Because I had it set up link somewhere. Wait. But I can't find the link. Oh, here it is. Got it. It's got 5K views, 231 followers on webcomics. So, yeah, go check this book out. This is a good book to read. Here's a link for it. And he's published through Rising Sun Comics. Let's go to the first page so you can see the artwork I was talking about, more detail. Pages 1 to 5. Yes, I am. So first circle, Anubis Zaps is the artist on this. No, won't do me a full page. Look. Is that cool or what? Talk about indie comic style, right?
It's amazing.
And also handwritten. I think it's all hand lettered. And like for this, hand letterings really works, because if you had it like, you know, the way I letter, right, which is like digital lettering fonts and stuff like that, this one here really works. It just adds that extra touch to the art. It just makes it part of it. It's really cool. So yeah, do check it out. There's a link for it there. Purgatory by Don Juan Mancha III. And you can read, I think, how many pages? I think almost all of it's up there. Add that back to there. So yeah, four chapters are up. Bus is a short story that I actually included Bus in our digital digital magazine, a Sunspot, back in 2019. That's how I came to know him. So the Bus is like a one-shot short story. I think it's about 8 pages or something. I think the Bus is what started it all for him. Yeah, that's cool or what? It's basically transport to hell. That's what the Bus is.
Is that Anubis, the dog?
Yeah, the dog's Anubis. No, I can't. No, I could. You're dead. I had a drink earlier, maybe. You're dead. This could all be a dream. You're dead. Prove it. Are you serious?
Snap
You
it
can't.
out.
Yeah. Take your pulse. Feeling anything? No. Guess why? No.
You're feeling warm? No, exactly.
Yeah. Do you see a pulse? No. It's thinking about a gun. You could have been murdered. It could have been an accident. You probably aren't going to find out. Even if you did, you wouldn't be any less dead. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? That's up to you, kiddo. Good luck out there. You're going to need it. Shoves her out. Then someone comes to find her. Oh, there's a kid. And then next one. Yeah, so I love the art in this, man, and just the story is really cool. But yeah, that is Purgatory. Go check it out on Webtoons, and then pop on over to Rising Sun Comics. Just grab it because, like I said, it's a book I can stand behind because it's a good book. It's good art. Really looks great. Well done. And I think, yeah, the trade paperback was produced there by Rising Sun Comics. There's also Collapse, pre-orders, Equation. Oh, they're up to number 12 on that. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so this one here, out of all of them, this is Armadillo Justice is like their all ages kids book. And does well because it's kind of like a Ninja Turtle style. You know, if you think about like what can I compare it to, or what can you compare it to? It's like it's kind of like a Ninja Turtle style all ages kids book. Right. I think that is us done. Wow, I didn't expect to be 3 hours and
Oh
3.5
yeah,
hours.
yeah. I was noticing the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We were having
So
fun.
We were.
yeah, man.
We were. Oh, I want to say one more thing. I will be. I will have a book appearance at Captain Comics in Boise on May 2nd. I plan on attending. I have a booth at Retro X in Idaho Falls on June 12th. And there will be plans to go to Silverdale, Washington and make an appearance at Spirit Warriors or something Warriors art studio in Old Town Silverdale.
Is Captain Comics on Facebook?
I believe they should be.
So Captain Comics shop. Oh, let me see if I can put up a ghost shop. Let's see if you Boise, right? Let's see if I can find the Boise.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. It's
not even called that, is it?
It's
you just
called
called
Captain.
that.
No, it's called Captain Comics. Look it up.
Captain Comics Inc.
It's Captain.
Yes, it's called Captain Comics Inc.
Okay, Inc. I'm sorry, I missed the Inc. part.
Inc.
Okay, at the studio I'll be appearing at is Creative Warrior Studio in Old Town.
So yeah, so if you're in Boise, Idaho, this is Captain Comics, but it's called on Facebook it's called Captain Comics Inc. So this is their store there. I think you're going to be there on the Free Comics Day, right?
Free Comic Book Day. I'll be positioned. My table will be outside underneath a covered area, so I'll have a captive audience of people waiting to get inside.
Awesome. Yeah, so they've had people there before, like this dude here, Arc Welder Studios, Damon Nola, and you've got, that was like last year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. This is what the interior looks like from 2024.
Yeah.
Kids Comics.
Yeah. And when Melvin 4 is finished, I will be appearing again at Rubiot's in Caldwell, Idaho.
It's quite a big store. I think that's the back room, but it's quite a big, big area there.
Yeah, it looks kind of a nice store. It'll be my first time there, so.
Yeah. So it looks like they had a big 2024. They had a big free comic book day cosplay event on.
Oh, cool. As long as people buy books, that's cool.
Yeah, that's them there on the outside. Oh, this is what you meant by being under the covers.
Yep.
So this is the area there.
Covered area, Yep. There'll be lines going in, so I'll have a captive audience. Yep. You ain't going nowhere, bitch. Just kidding.
So yeah, so you can check out their website. I mean, like their Facebook page there, right? Actually, I might go follow them.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, carry on.
I have a good 4 events that I'm going to this year, and hopefully more next year.
What was the other event?
Let's see, the Creative Warrior Studio appearance in Silverdale. That's on Facebook. Here, yeah. And then
Wait, which one is it?
I'll show you. I'll send you the link.
Is it Warrior Innkeeper Creative?
Lisa Sturrock Creative Warrior Studio.
Right. So that's this one here.
Yep.
I'll follow that as well. So this is Creative Warrior Studio.
Yep, that's it.
So you're going there.
Yep. In August.
Right.
And
So-
then when Melvin 4 is finished, I will be returning to Ruby Yachts in Caldwell, Idaho, and doing another book promo there, and getting my books on their shelf. I think that's what they want. So
it's a glass studio. This one here.
yes. When I was homeless in Washington,
Yeah.
I would be selling artwork for $1, and I'd show up in Silverdale, and they would let me kind of like rest in their shop, and I
get a Harley?
One sec.
I would get snacks and whatnot, so they fed me. So this is a full circle kind of thing.
Right. That's pretty cool. So this is the interior of the.
Yeah.
Oh.
I reached out to them and I said if they remembered me, and they did. So it's like I told them how I gave them the update on how well I was doing. So
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So
yeah, so it looks like they do a lot of events there,
yeah,
for the community and stuff. So yeah, I told you that I've got a background in I went to school to do glass blowing, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I've done all this shit.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I could never do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this stuff here, right? That was like a first year of glass blowing. This is called basically flat glass. Which is basically all you're doing is melting it in a kiln, like an oven, and you just heat it up, and it's pretty cool. Like the other thing I saw here before earlier. See, this is even this is like a more higher heated version to this one, right? So this is kind of a lower temperature, so you just so it sticks together, whereas this one, it's totally like part of it. Like every single is like melted into like what's it called? Lollies? Is it like the boiled lollies and stuff? But this is what excites me. This is called slump glass.
Oh yeah.
Where you let the glass slump, flat glass slump onto I guess like a plaster, and it just melts over it. These are cool, man. I've always loved glass and ceramics.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it'd be too messy for me to handle, but
yeah, look at that. It's a beautiful what?
Yeah. So there's that, and like I said, as soon as Melbourne 4 is finished, I'll be going to 4 events. Hopefully, I want to do more in 2027. I thought how cool it'd be to go to Nevada, which I'm my state's close to. So
yeah. It's pretty cool, man. This is a great place. Yeah, if you're into checking that out, and plus they've got music stuff happening there as well in the studio, right?
Yeah.
They're showing. There's a short clip we just showed, which had bands there. Where is that? This one here. Look. So it's not. No, that wasn't the one.
Yeah, well, either way, it's
yeah,
it's something.
This one, that's the one. So they've got the studio. So they got the studio there, but also events, coffee, whatever have you. But bands playing. So you'd be out here somewhere, right?
Somewhere,
with your
yeah.
books.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. That's getting out in the community, as they say, right? Being part of the.
Idaho is Silverdale's in Washington. I'd be returning back to my old stomping grounds, so it'd be kind of nice.
This is our page on Facebook, but I can't post anything on it because I got banned and I lost my account. So I can't use anything to post on here. It's weird how it works. Sometimes it will let me post and it won't let me post. And I had Hawk from Plunge Comics, Resident Comics post something, and he said, "Oh, it won't let me post." I'm like, "But you're the administrator. You're the admin. Why won't it let it? You're the admin. You have sole control of it." Anyway, so now, as we finish up, either of you guys got anything else to add to the stream before we finish up here?
Something to add, like it's
Nope.
really amazing to work with in this community, like to hang out, talk, like have these great and long what you call it, streams.
Yeah.
Great conversations, and it's like it's the best experience.
Yeah, and rather than like rush things, right? Just
Yeah.
mellow out, hang out, and just chill.
Yeah.
But thank you,
Especially when it's
both of you.
about actual stuff and actual about positive things too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey, we did mention a couple movies, so if you're into horror, if you're into horror movies, into werewolves and stuff, and what have you, we did put some links out there. We showed some of that. So if you're just joining us, thank you. Go back to if you're just joining us, go back to the start of the stream and check out what we talked about. This is the link for the sign up for the pre-launch. Hopefully by next week, I'll have all the figures, sums, and costings, freight, and all that sorted out. And you'll be able to go check out the link, once it's launched. But do sign up, because that way, you'll get notified when we launch. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you to my my panel members, Louise, who's the artist on Howler, was here earlier with us, but he had to go. And Tomas, of course, on screen now, who's the manga artist from Brazil. Louise is, of course,
Argentina.
I did it again. Anyway, and of course, Tim from Velvet Comics. Go check out his links in the chat. Who's my co-host on the stream, on the Monkey Show. Thank you, guys. Really, really appreciate you, and all the best for the weekend. It's Easter today, Easter Friday for me today, so it's for you guys in Northern Hemisphere tomorrow. If you hang out with family, have a good time. If you're partying, whatever you want to do, have an awesome day, evening, night, wherever you are. And we'll get you on the next stream. Bye from me, Tim.
Peace out, y'all.
Tomas.
Yeah, peaceful, happy Easter, and nice to meet you. And thank you, team, for the stream.
Awesome.
No
All right,
problem.
guys. Catch you on the flip side. Kakiteano. Bye for now.
Nope. Can't stay here anymore. I gotta get back. I think this was the spot. Oh Lord, I beseech thee, please return me to my old life. I swear I'll do anything. Like, literally anything. And I won't bother you again, so pretty please bring me back to life.